Hey, hello everyone. How's it going? What are we on now? 99? Oh, how could I forget? I mean, of course we're on 99. We've got 100 next week. Hope everything is going well for everyone. Let me just tune into my own chat, make sure I haven't missed anything. Commentator info might look slightly out of date just for the moment, or slightly wrong even. Deck is not here yet, but Deck should be joining me as soon as they're available. Next week is the 100. Hopefully lots of people enter for the 100, because we're going to have a small prize pool, you know, kind of like how we did with the Dizzy event. Anybody who gets first, second, or third can get £5. I kind of like the idea that we don't do like, oh, first gets more, you know, the normal tourney format with the split. It's like, nah, you all just, if you get top 3, you all get the same amount. We do it a little bit differently here. Hey Voltan, how's it going? The big 100 is almost here. Ad on the prize pool, and then an ad for a Subway play. The winner gets a Subway. I mean, a £5 would probably get you a Subway, right? I think. Last studio day today. Oh, can I hear a response? Okay. Until you're out of ads. Right, gotcha. You just need to record some vocal harmonies and the record is done. Oh, sick. Yeah, if you're publishing music, you're gonna have to let me know where I can find that and give it a listen. Here we got Axel pulling up. Damn. Oh, how's everyone's days been? I've been awake for ages. I sound like a bit distant or sleepy. I had to wake up at 6 AM for work, which is why I did not ping you all in the morning for the bracket. I sent the ping out yesterday. I was like, I might wake somebody up at 6 in the morning if they have Discord notifications on their phone or something. Like, damn, that would be a bit annoying. Hey Hunter, how's it going? God, these new bottles on the... Well, these new lids on the bottles are so annoying. Right, so which one of these players is who? Because we've not featured either of these two on broadcast before. But the in-game name of our Axel brother over here, or Axel sister potentially, does not match either of these two names. Hey, is that who I think it is?
Okay, yeah. So this will sound stupid because it is. I am late because I could not find the server in my list.
Oh, that's fun. Wow, the original creator of this server can't find the server. Damn.
Look, I've like rearranged my servers and stuff in the meantime.
Yeah, to be fair, I actually rearranged the server a tiny bit again today. Only one change though. I just moved socials above tournaments again because I was like, the social channel should probably be the first thing people see.
Yeah, I find it a bit weird that like...
Well, I moved it because it was more convenient for me, and then I was like, oh, well, actually, so long as it's socials and tournaments above all the other channels, I like that.
I would still put the other servers and the server and events at the top, just because it's announcement and it's like literally a tiny category.
Yeah, it was just annoying me that originally the like tournament category was way down at the bottom of the server, so I had to do so much scrolling between different channels while I'm broadcasting. I'm like, this is unnecessary effort, so I'm going to change it slightly. Speaking of changes, I forget who it was, somebody was like, oh, you're going to change the name of the server because it's not really Novice anymore. And I was like, no, I'm not changing the name. Because it's like Legacy. You know? You gotta protect a bit of the Legacy. Also, I would rather ask people before I make changes like that. Contrary to what it may currently look like, I do not in fact own the server. Neve is still the boss.
She never gave up owner?
No?
Didn't give up owner? I did that frame one
boss.
when she took over and I was like, Hey,
I don't mind so long as I can do my thing. Speaking of doing the thing, looks like we're getting into game. Axel Gold Lewis. That is not a matchup I think I've ever seen on Novice.
Mankind New. Duel
Not a
1.
matchup I've played myself.
Let's rock.
How is it going, Deck? How's your day been going?
I played a lot. I had Oops All Biking again. For people who don't know, we have a matchmaking server sometimes. And when I ping for matchmaking, for some reason 90% of the time a biking responds. So since season 4, I've basically fought Oops All Biking. Also, will you stream the game for me, or?
Oh, you're not in the room, are you?
No, I can join, but...
Yeah, here you go. We don't need any delay based combinations. Looks like... Actually, the in-game name is needs one more hit.
You're kidding me.
Whoa.
Slap.
There was some roll back there for a second.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
For the rest of it, just that last intro.
Okay, can you lower the stream quality? The internet's still bad. And Discord streams are really badly optimized. Basically, this stream quality will stutter for me.
How would I lower it on Discord?
You can close it, and then when you start the stream, it says like 720, 30 is enough for me.
720?
There you go.
I actually had entirely forgotten that Discord has streaming options, because if you don't have Nitro, it just defaults to 720.
Which is better for me because Discord streams are really poorly optimized.
Let's rock.
Chat. So this is how it is on the other end. You're not the person who has to do production, but you can just sit there and you can like leave and stuff. Also, I may leave like sometimes just to like put some nuggets in the air fryer.
No obligation. Oh, hey, dodge this. Oh, no. That wouldn't have If I sound a bit tired, it's because I am. I've been up for 12 hours now. God man.
Pretty cool, right?
First game goes to Axel. Axel. New Gold Lewis is very fictional. I fought him once online and I was very confused.
He is. They removed his weakness. But it's like they have been pretty. Okay, let's talk about Gold Lewis a bit, right? Since season 2. Like, originally all the Gold Lewis players were like, oh, my neutral is so bad, I'm so miserable. They already had drone, their neutral wasn't that bad. But if they continue, like, oh, my neutral is so bad, I only have JD, and I only have my 10 frame far slash that has no recovery, that was nerfed later. And then season 3, they removed his bad neutral by adding White Wild Assault. And now they like kind of thought like, what if we like removed the tension requirement on his pressure and just gave him behemoth cancel for his gauge that comes back in 2 seconds.
Speaking of White Wild Assault, that is one thing that did make this matchup in particular a lot scarier. Now Axel really does have to be concerned about destructive spot. Like, yeah, he could just press the thing at some point. And if he does, I have a Gold Lewis on top of me.
This is the one thing I will, and you will take it as like a little Christmas miracle. I will be praising White Wild Assault as a design choice. Because burst against zoners with big bodies is like a very questionable choice. And you usually just want to use it on offense to keep the corner if Wild Assault didn't exist. So in these matchups specifically, if it was a bit weaker, I could accept it being there as another way to use the burst gauge against zoners. But as it is currently, I'm still not happy. I don't want Gold Lewis sliding across the entire screen in frames.
Actually, there is one Gold Lewis movement I do like. You know the one Pretcher likes using with the fast anti? Gold Lewis just sliding across the screen through the air. So that does cost 50 tension. I think that was way more. Oh, that's a block animation I see there. The drone, low-key kind of goofy though. The punish would have been easier if the drone didn't hit. Gold Lewis though.
Wanna see a trick?
And it lands. Time stops. 2S.
Should have stopped when you had the chance.
Yeah, actual bros. Reading good. I still like this patch. It's like weird. Have my kiss? Alright.
It is a weird patch.
You'll have to see it. This this patch very much feels like they gave a lot of characters new tools and just forgot to like readjust them. The rest of their kit. This is how I felt when they added Ramreka in Season 1. It was like they just gave her a new tool because it's cool, but they forgot to adjust the rest of the kit. So she just ended up being kind of broken. That's kind of how I feel about this patch, because they like kind of made Behemoth deal more damage and like kind of forgot to give inspiration so the combo doesn't just immediately be removed. Same is true for May 5H, and like... I guess another explosion? Command grab. Yeah, the command grab is deviated at like lower level of play there, I'd say.
Yeah, the command grab as well, definitely, like, even if you're, say, on like mid-level players, it's something you've got to be ready for. If you are not used to fighting Axo, he's just gonna chuck this stuff out at you and you're gonna feel lost.
Yeah, like that. It's also...
That landing recovery, I think, that one.
Also, it's just, like, when you're less experienced in the game and this is no... I don't like that I have to double down always when I say that kind of stuff, because I don't think anybody is even being offended, like, oh my god, so bad.
Duel 3.
When you're just busy, like, looking at your own character and, like, what can I do and what can they do, and then, like, already, like, your brain's already so busy. Like, you don't have the capacity to react to the grab, and it doesn't even have to do with, like, your reactions being slow or fast.
You just need to be in that headspace, yeah, where you're confident to just look at the screen of your opponent's character rather than just your character. Perfect. Axel's gonna be taking first set 3-0. Lockhart moving on. Still, I will say, I'm glad to have seen Sylvie's gameplay here, because we've not seen Gold Lewis on intermediates in ages. And I've been trying to find a Gold Lewis. You know what else we need? We need Zato as well. We haven't had a Zato for a hot minute.
For a reason.
Yeah, but like it would still be cool to see him. Me just out here trying to encourage people to play Zato. Right. Now, some matches.
I always look at this game and go like, I know too much about this game. If I knew about this, like, man. Ugh.
Also, I forgot to reply in chat. Hey, Drowsy, how is it going? Oh, Gene Tesla on May? I thought
I've
Tesla
also-
was a Bridget player.
The Bridget's dropping like
True,
flies.
true.
Wait, no, there's a Bridget outfit on the screen.
There
Yeah,
we go.
there's the
It was the
Bridget.
swap. It was just the casual room Bridget.
I've been feeling that the like don't have enough energy to focus on all this stuff again because I've been trying to learn to IB and like I've been looking to IB stuff and like looking if I hit them or not and how to confirm and stuff and I'm just being thrown all the time. Like I was already bad against throws and then I like got better and now I'm worse again because I'm focusing so much on like IBing and getting punished for my IBs or like what options I have. So I'm.
You know what I always say, Deck? It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back with these kind of games. Always. Oh god. I was having a tower session going on the other day and I kind of went for it. I decided to challenge Andros. Bro sorted me out. That man is too good at doing it.
Yeah, also like puts a lot of work in.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not good by just like talent or some weird metric. Bro just works hard.
I also think talent just doesn't like this.
Talent is kind of an interesting one because like a lot of people say like people have natural talent. The thing is, it's like that gets taken as like a whole overall thing, and it's like, nah, people just have natural like predispositions to learning certain things faster. And people
I would say like
an
an affinity. That's what I would describe it. Like you're not just gonna be good by existing, even if you have like a natural inclination.
Like I have a better than average ability of picking up like in-match vibes, but then I'm also pretty bad at putting stuff into practice, and studying efficiently, or actually labbing things. FDC bro?
Yeah, I spent like half an hour learning that and then fucking up the matches for a week and then I got it. Oh yeah, nerf foot.
I does not get to do that stuff workshop stage.
I am so happy they nerfed Kaiser. I'm just so happy about all these like universal tools you just kind of press and throw out. Seeing all those nerfed, like not all of them. Something Johnny, something Gold Lewis, you know.
Yeah, we were shooting Mr. Shoto Man, but what is Johnny and Gold Lewis doing?
We're basically shooting everybody but like Johnny and Gold Lewis. And Slayer to an extent because K-Mappa is still like a thing. Well, I think K-Mappa will not
Ram,
change.
because like Ram's worst state was probably 3.7. That's probably the worst she's ever been. And she was still a high tier. Even if it was a lower end of high tier, like she was still a high tier.
Well, I think Ram is overrated. She has been overrated since 3.5.
Oh, I agree. I think Ram is, or was incredibly overrated. Still good. Now Ram is.
Well, good is like relative. Like I also think Dizzy is good, but Dizzy is clearly. I can be as delusional as I want. Like I think she's fine. Like if I say like she's in the upper half of the cast, I would be lying.
Yeah.
Like strength-wise, she's clearly overtuned, undertuned. A couple of her stuff doesn't work yet, and she like the most egregious thing is probably the. And as much as I say it's fine and I work around it, like the resource donations is like kind of egregious.
Yeah, because that's kind of the vibe I have. I feel like aside from the resource donation thing, she's generally just good. Like they made a strong kit, it's not obnoxiously good, it's not obnoxiously weak. That
It's like
resource thing is kind of nutty though.
she has like two things I would want. Aside from the resource thing, I would like 5H to vacuum so I can actually use the button. Because her 5H, most of the time you just kind of fall out and then she's super minus and has to cancel and you don't get the freeze 90% of the time. It's like kind of a weird button that doesn't really do what it's intended to do, at least in my opinion. And then JH, like her air to ground is so bad she can't punish Slidehead.
Oh dear.
So I would like 5H 1 and 2 to vacuum so I can reliably freeze people with it. And I would like JH to like actually have a hitbox that matches the animation.
Yeah,
So like make it a bit.
Are kind of funky.
hit a bit lower. That's what I want. And then I want nerf. I want actually is I want the fire spear to be nerfed because I find the corner loops just like kind of boring. They're not interesting. They don't add anything to her kit. Needs to be careful there. I have 2K confirmed fines. There you go, nice adjustment mid-game. Realize the rest doesn't connect, needs to use the 2K to confirm.
Also, if I'm ever slightly so quieter, my food just arrived. That'll be why. Oh, spaghetti bolognese today. I'm very happy. That's one of my favorite meals. Top 3 meals.
An opening.
Usually, unless I do exercise before, I try not to eat during the stream. Like I try to, like, I guess professional. I guess not really.
I don't really have a massive taste because it's just kind of when the family comes.
Well, my family goes to bed early. Like I have basically, I stay up for
time
work.
Zone as well. Like
yeah, 1
Tony's
hour.
at 7 PM for you. They're 6 PM for me.
Yeah. So you also got to remember that like Striving for Glory runs until 11 PM for me.
Yeah. So then it's like Tony ends. And that's kind of bedtime for a lot of players.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh yeah, if you like catch me like saying stuff about oh this button is bad, it's not. I'm not dooming like it just is that way. I think generally at the moment people are like inclined if you like call anything weak or like a bit. Or like say it has a weakness, people are inclined to call you a down player and say you're just like complaining and whining. And for me it's also like I'm saying like this is weak against this and this so people can actually do that stuff.
You forgot there was no bot and I forgot to actually pin the bracket.
Well the bot is like you could always easily add the bot.
I could easily add the bot. It's kind of funny I don't have one. It probably needs to be done.
That's just the start. I see you, Plutarch.
Stage is a harsh
Slap.
I see you.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Yeah, the Kai 6 Oh yeah. Well it's good Tom. I don't see you as much in the like open bracket chats.
Behold my true strength.
Oh, God, misses.
Whoa. Looks like Drowsy is adapting to game's ways. Could be reversing. Yes, frame trap. And I know from playing them in person, Drowsy has been improving.
What's the score?
It should be 2-2.
Because I can just see the Discord stream.
Oh, true, you're on Discord stream. I mean, you
Everyone
can hop into the room if you want, if that would be easier.
That wouldn't help me keep track of the scores.
Oh, yeah, true. Actually, it would. I'm so fucking used to you being the TO, and I'm commentating with you.
Duel 1.
Not the opposite way around.
I'm playing in tournaments much in Season 4. I would say, like, I like this version. I'm one of the biggest proponents of this version, but it's also because I'm not a player. Competitively, I think this patch is like as bluntly put as possible. It's a meme. I think if you play this patch competitively and you don't play like Donnie, Bison, Goldberg, Ram, you're like trolling. If your goal is to win and not just play your character. One of those. Sin's also really good.
Yeah, Sin's definitely a strong choice this patch.
Like, I think shooting stuff like rigid roll, making the hurt box bigger, shooting Capel, shooting Jackal 2D. Like, some went overboard, like I think Capel is too weak now, I think Jackal 2D is too weak now. I don't know about Bridget roll, I didn't play Bridget enough, but I do think the bigger hurt box is warranted as much as the Bridget players hate it. I do think Bridget was kind of like a one-trick pony with that button. Like, there is a reason most Bridget players, up until the highest level, also hello Nuggleton,
Hey, Nuggleton.
had a like backdash, 5H, backdash, set yo-yo roll habit that existed for a reason, and it was because roll was mindless.
Man, we're actually on double Luigi here. So we started the day with a 3-0. Now we're
opening.
double Luigi 2-2.
For the Holy Order!
Me saying 2-2 was hella redundant then.
Yeah.
Rousey on the verge. Getting the first good comeback.
Now!
That's me.
Because the world is afraid of the DP. We're expecting a lot.
Ooh, the 2 English though.
Oh yeah, to continue the thought, I think it's okay to shoot these ubiquitous tools that everybody kind of just relied on and that were a massive crutch. The issue is like not giving characters back some power elsewhere. Like, I don't know what Bridget needs. I don't think it's damage. Giving Bridget damage is going exactly where you don't want this game to go. If you listen to everybody. If
A
Gold
lot of
Louise
people
is a
do
joke,
ask for the damage.
if you think Gold Louise is a joke, you should not ask for Bridget having more damage. If you don't like how much damage Baiken does, you should not ask for Bridget or Milia more damage. That's my opinion, at least. I think what would help more is making the resources. And most people say this, right? That resources are unequally distributed to a degree that it's affecting certain characters more than it is fun or enjoyable.
Actually, I was thinking of Bridget buffs that I've heard people suggest. If I recall, Luca suggested giving back the FRC scooter mix. What do you think about that as an option for her?
Does she not have that anymore?
No.
Why? What happened?
They changed the way scooter works, I believe. I don't know the exact reason, but Jay was telling me about it once as well.
If it means
Because it costs
original
tension,
scooter,
maybe she should have that back, but no damage buffs.
I will. If it's original scooter they're asking for, then hell the fuck no. Get
Was it
out.
broken?
It was really stupid. It was a really good combo starter. It was a neutral skip tool. It basically just did everything. It was basically just to press this button if you want to win and have 50 tension. So it was kind of like a Bridget version of Bandit Revolver.
Bridget
Yo Horizon, yo Crashing QQ. And
we have
removing
a
crutches.
Small weight on the next game.
Yeah. I can fill with yap, I'm used to this.
We do this. Serial yappers.
I go on monologuing a lot.
We have SFG on Friday.
Removing crutches, yeah, I'm a big advocate of also removing them on my character. I already want Dizzy 236k to be nerfed. I think that button is kind of lame. Because it's really just stupid on offense. It's okay if it's strong, but I would rather have its strength be more equally distributed, between it being a bridge zoning control tool and just being the most broken pressure tool ever made. What other crutches? I think the two crutches, mostly in the game, are God Crush is a crutch, in my opinion. God Crush is a massive crutch.
They kind of sorted out Hawkbaker. I think Hawkbaker follow-ups and DPRC at the same time was kind of just that.
I mean, yeah, DPRC is a giant crutch. I think one crutch I would like to see go, now that Nago has unhit Bite and Pot has armored Pop Buster, I would like command grabs to not be PRCable on whiff. Red RC on hit, yes. PRC on whiff, no.
Right, let me just get rid of this plate.
That is one thing I would like to see go, but if it doesn't, that's also fine. But I think they've to me it feels like they're already designing the game with non-whiff PRCable command grabs in mind. That's what Stitch patch feels like. What other reason would there be to make Pop Buster armor? It is a crutch because Nago can literally bite, and you're above him because you jumped or backdashed, and he PRCs and you lose. You just lose. There is no winning in that situation. And the only good play you can do in that situation is hold back and not press a button because you know you're still losing. Would you rather be hated or forgotten? Doesn't matter.
Alright, I'm back. It's your stream match now? Oh, you won your match? Then yes, it will be.
Player specifically should be able to PRC bite? No, I disagree. I think all command grabs should not be PRCable. Because the way they currently work in the games, like you whiff the command throw and your opponent is still in the worst spot ever. Even though you whiffed. I think players should generally be rewarded for making the right choice. And I don't think just using the 50 resource is a good enough reward.
Wait, why should Slayer specifically be able to do it? Is this just to wind me up?
I feel like, yeah. I think the one character, if we were to exclude one character, it should be Soul.
Yeah, sure, why not? That'd be funny. He is the go gear. I'm actually an advocate for... Well, I don't want him to be busted, but I think Soul should be good. Bro is the protagonist. He's been in every game. He should never be bad. I don't think he ever has been. I think he's always been mid to top. Usually mid. Or like high.
No character should be good or bad, for that matter. I agree. Like...
Yeah, I guess you're right. But I just want Soul to be good, because he's the main character.
I do think technical characters should be rewarding. I do think technical characters
I don't
should,
think
on
they
average,
should be better, though.
I think they should, on average, be slightly better.
I don't like it, because it's like... it just feels like it rewards elitist behavior.
I mean, it is kind of... That's the point. Like, you're putting work into something, it should be worth it. Like, why would I play... And aside from character loyalty and liking the character, why would I ever play a technical character when I can face roll on Potemkin and do the same thing but way better?
Because you like the kit more. It's a matter of it being like interesting or fun to you.
But like that...
But somebody who
that is an
finds
argument
something
that...
simple, like interesting or fun, shouldn't be punished by that metric.
To me, it's like... On a competitive scale, like... Unless you're top level, your character isn't the reason you're losing anyway. Unless you play like... Unless you play like Shi & Co or Game & Watch, like Shi & Co in Marvel 3 and Game & Watch and Melee. Unless you play those type of literally dysfunctional characters with bad kits that don't work, then your character's not the reason you're losing unless you're at the very top level. So like the argument of like a technical character should not be better because they're harder and it rewards elitist behaviors, I think doesn't matter that much. If you like a character, you will play it and you should play it, and I think everything else is an excuse and a bit of cope. Game Watch isn't even the worst character, it's Kirby. Yo or Galia was good.
Jacob.
Let's have a fine duel.
There was also there was a new
At least try to buy
there's a
your
new
own
Leo
clothes.
Messi video where it's like, which I watched today because my internet was throttled because I was downloading something. And he basically said there is like a couple reasons why you don't like the mirror against your character. I think it was 3 reasons. One of them was you just don't like the game because you're forced to interact with the system more than like a matchup. The second was your character is literally just poorly designed and encourages a one-player, where only one player feels good and the defending never feels fun.
An opening for the Holy Order.
I think the third was you don't actually like the character.
I mean, I think there's more than just that, isn't there? Though? Like,
I mean, yeah. It was a person's opinion, and
Yeah.
I agree with the like if you don't like the mirror to an unhealthy degree, you probably just don't like the game.
I think it can
Or like
definitely
don't like
depend
the
on the
character.
character. Though. I think a lot of people get bored fighting the same toolset, but obviously ego is involved too.
Yeah, ego was the other reason, right? It was ego, because your ego is too much attached to it. So you're afraid of facing your own character.
For me, it depends entirely on whether I think the two kids interact interesting with each other. For example, I am not good at the Axa Mirror, but I find that one quite funny. The Tin Mirror is incredibly boring. And then the Elmo mirror? I haven't played that since. I don't know. It seems silly.
Now that I've thought about it more and had time to reflect, and like obviously I've been playing since Smash for like roughly 6 years, and it's incredible. Like it took me. Why did she make no messes up the combo? I know what Bori was trying to do. But yeah, now that I've had time and I've reflected a lot, like I have never reflected a lot about my behavior and thoughts in fighting games until like 2 years into Strive. I think that's fair to say. And I know that I never liked the mirror in Smash because I had a lot of ego attached to my character. Like, I needed to be the person better at this character, and if I lost the mirror, my ego was shattered into like a million pieces. My fragile male ego would be scooped up from the floor in like little shards.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
I don't have that anymore. I asked a couple of people, because when Dizzy rolled out to I was like, yeah, how do I detach myself from, like, how do I not want to be a special snowflake? And the reality was I already wasn't interested in that anymore. House mirror, bro.
Yeah, actually, Elmo kinda might be an example of what Dex just mentioned about kind of toxic character design. You can have fun with it, but you don't want to play against it because it's not fun to play against.
I disagree, actually.
Pardon me?
But I may be brainwashed. I literally think this patch's alpha is fun because she has stuff to do.
She's fun to play.
Like
I
she
won't
is
say
alpha.
about whether she's fun to play against because I haven't played against her.
I see you.
I've played against her. I think she's fun to fight now. But it's also like, at this point I have like a mindset where if I'm in a bad spot and the character runs the belligerent shit, then it's up to me, like it's important to not get into that situation.
Yeah.
And this is why we're nerfing all the belligerent brainless tools that just get you into those positions to win, right?
Slap.
She can convert better, that's true. Her conversions used to be really bad for what kind of character she was. It didn't really make any sense.
I think, but also I think that is like what makes her more fun. It's the same way I think about biking. Because biking before, if I block a car slash from biking, I just backdash. What's she gonna do? 2H me into soft knockdown? Nothing?
Yeah. There was a bunch
And
of
now I actually have to think about what biking is doing. And that makes it more fun to me. And it's the same with Alpha.
Yeah, and she's encouraged to not just be a wrecker bot ever since they made her other moves actually good and removed while it's all hard knockdown. Plus now you can just Kara the wrecker. Just a dash cancel. What you mold and just calling it Kara.
It's not molding, I just don't understand why we call it Kara when it's literally not a Kara.
I don't know.
Duel 3.
It just kind of be that way.
Language always evolving. Just like Nago is the guinea pig of critical strive.
There's a lot of words that kind of get their meaning warped too. Like, I mean, woke is a really good example. That is a word that had an original meaning that got massively warped. Mostly by bad actors.
Well, if we would go by, I would say like warping in fighting games, it's DP. Dragon Punch.
True.
Because
It's
that
not
just used.
technically accurate, it's a Z motion. A Z motion reversal.
No, I mean like just invulnerable reversals are now referred to as DPs.
Yeah.
Even flash kicks. A lot of people call them DPs.
Oh, wow, calling it a flash kick is a Street Fighter thing too. Like, Leo's move isn't called flash kick. The motion isn't called flash kick. But because Guile did it, because Street Fighter 2 did it, it's just stuck this whole time.
Oh, yeah, it was the first one to do it.
You see that even with Geo's Guru Dog, or I guess it's not Guru Dog anymore.
Well,
It gets
call
called
it-
Spiral Arrow.
Someone called it Garuda because it was funny.
Guru Dog
Like,
was a
literally-
really funny name.
It was really just Garuda, but it was like a dog.
Yeah, it had the same function, except it was even lamer because it's like, yeah, she can just do this throw loop. You get back in.
Now it's just dog. Also, I will spread my propaganda since people are here. Think about this. The only characters people usually agree Guard Crush is fine on is the characters that cannot abuse the lack of throw protection. Everybody else were always complaining. Everybody who can hardcore abuse the lack of throw protection, we always whine about Guard Crush. So maybe it's time to give it throw protection and just make it fine across the board. Like, who are we complaining about with Guard Crush? It's Johnny? And I know people don't like it on Potemkin.
I think people complain a bit about Sin, but I don't feel like they did previously. I think it's just because he has 3 buttons now instead of 1.
Also, people complain about Ram, who
they
can
complain about
hardcore abuse it. Who can hardcore abuse it right now.
I feel like I called it though. Where people were like, this new version of Ram will be way more interesting, and then they fought it. I'm like, oh.
I fought her and I still think that. I think this version of Ram is way more interesting. I think the old one was really boring and was just enforcing the same RPS 24/7, and that was not interesting.
It
was the same. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's linear counterplay.
Kind of matter,
She's a lot more interesting in my book because she was like Potemkin. She was like Potemkin. Potemkin was a Garuda and Flick RPS enforcer, and all Ram did is very similar. There's the confirm very before you. All Ram was enforce Rekka RPS mid-screen and enforce the sword toss loose corner. She did nothing else. That's all she did. And I think if you disagree, then you're just going to bring up points like, oh, but with meter, this, that. With meter, every character turns into a sandbox.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
And this version of Ram has a lot of things to do because she drops her sword and she like needs to PRC and RPS around buying enough time to get her swords back. In mid-screen she has a lot of... In mid-screen she has a bunch of options she can do. She can do sword toss, she can go into Rekka. She can RPS around her big buttons, giving her good confirms.
Isn't this kind of removing a character's weakness again, though? Because one of her weaknesses was that she was bad in mid-screen.
Which is really fucking stupid. Also, she wasn't bad mid-screen.
They had to add Wild Assault to make her good in mid-screen.
Really long nothing burger pressure? Yeah, that's kind of a... Well, it's not nothing burger, but it was like the same looping pressure all... Like, she just wanted to loop that one thing because that one thing was really strong.
It was kind of nothing burger pressure, in theory.
Duel 1.
I will say,
Let's rock.
I think Ram now has a weakness, a meaningful weakness, which is that her P buttons grounded don't give her much reward at all. Meterlessly. If you're close up to her and she presses 2P on you, what is she gonna do? 6P into Daru and get nothing? She is now a mid-range Brigadier and her mid-range is really fucking scary. And her close range is a lot less scary than it was before. Because of 6...
I don't think you want to press 2P, because you could just press 2K or 5K, and then that goes
that is 6 startup.
And you get a full combo that breaks the wall.
That is 6 startup though. That is straight up just worse Abare.
What, 2K? Then 2P?
5P. She's not
you said
pressing
2P.
It was just an example.
Because 2P is useless. You don't press that button. You press 2K. 2K does the exact same thing, but better. It has reward.
Yeah, but like 5P, as the example.
I think we can agree that Axel is the most boring character. Nah, I don't agree. I don't think Axel is the most boring character in the game.
I think Axel before was boring because he was literally just mashing Rainwater because he had nothing else.
Also, yeah, I would flame and slay Slayer. A lot of people are going to not agree with that because even if you don't like Slayer, most people would call it boring, but I do find it boring.
Slayer's kit is not that interesting at the moment, I will say. But now he has nothing. He's a fucking zoner.
You know my previous answer. My previous answer was Chip. I thought Chip was the most boring character in the game, but he has gotten so much more fun to watch. I actually can enjoy watching Chip now.
Rainwater was cool as hell, no.
Rainwater
was
felt
funny.
good to use.
It was funny because it was broken. You just pressed it all the time without any real consequences.
I don't think it was interesting to do. Although, should we care about what the opponent thinks?
Yeah. I think characters should always be designed with both sides in mind. Which is why I think Jacko in Exert fails.
Oh, yeah. Jacko in Exiled is definitely an experiment.
Like, I think she's cool because she kind of warps the game pace around her. Like, you need to adjust to her game, you need to play her game or, like, lose.
Also, I like Axel, but like I like Bomber. I like Bomber, but I don't feel like we need the Bomber combos. We still have them in other places. Him getting long range combos off Rainwater is like it's fine.
I also
Nerf
don't
damage
think...
wise, don't get me wrong. That's one downside, but I like the route in.
I will also say, I don't think combos are ever a factor in coolness, unless they like look flashy, because like, at some point you've seen them all, and often enough. I think what makes characters interesting is like the RPS. Also, I think y'all are wrong, like super wrong. I think the most boring character since Season 3, since he released, is Johnny. Johnny has been the most boring character since his inception in Strife. They have done nothing to make him more interesting. He is so fucking boring. He has nothing to do, he just loops Garcrush, he does the same fucking thing. Every Johnny player is the fucking same. Don't talk to me.
Also, I gotta actually flame Volta briefly. You cannot say Axel is not saucy. Axel is one of the sauciest characters in the game. Even if they removed some of his roots and changed them. Axel has been notorious for being a saucy zoner. Oh yeah, we got Zippy and Argalia up next. You're both in chat, so I'm not gonna ping you.
Also, we're pushing the agenda again. If we just gave Garcrush throw protection, Johnny would be way more interesting.
True.
Johnny pressure would be a lot more interesting if we just gave Garcrush throw protection.
Look, Volta, you can you can defend Slayer all you want, but please don't attack Axel. He's saucy. Basically, everyone will tell you he's saucy, even if he got less saucy. Like Tommy is upset about current Axel, but Tommy wouldn't be like, yeah, Axel has no sauce. Unless they're trying to heckle me. Maybe they'd do it then. Alright, let me update the player names.
Yeah, I think Johnny's like the biggest stinker in the game in terms of interesting.
Yeah. I don't think Johnny didn't get buffed in cool ways either, because he didn't really change. He just... one of his moves got better and one of his moves doubled in damage. Now he has Pile Bunker, it's like...
Johnny's issue is that his strong shit is so strong that he has no reason to do anything else.
He needs less health. I'll say that every time I talk about him.
The health will not fix him.
No, it won't fix him, but
his
his archetype shouldn't have that much health. Why is the Zoner counter Zoner mix character like almost Gold Lewis?
It's not a Zoner. Johnny's not a Zoner. Johnny's at everything. Johnny's everything. He does everything. He's good at every position on the screen.
He is supposed to be perfect. But, you know, that doesn't mean he should have that much HP. They could at least make
He's literally single. He's single and balding. I don't care. Nerf him.
Damn,
Nerf.
Flaming his hairline.
Nerf.
Instead of Johnny, he's just going to be called Calvo from now on.
He's single and balding. Nerf
Just call him
deal,
Calvi.
man.
Yo, he kind of rocks the beard though, I'll say that. I like Johnny having a beard. I think that's fun.
Rated Johnny is cool, and I think Arxes are cowards for not making it the default.
Yo, Nagayan, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome in, everyone. We are yapping about the silly video game that we all like. Having a good time.
That is a dizzy mode.
That is a dizzy. Is that like a little Helltaker dizzy? Is it a little Helltaker
It's
dance?
a little wiggly
not
dizzy.
quite the Helltaker dance, but it's a wiggly dizzy. I like that, that's cool.
Oh my god, it's Dizzy Bloinky? You don't... She's almost naked. Why would... Oh god. Respectable. Respectable. I don't like that, actually. I think it embodies basically everything I don't like about her extra design. And plus R. It might be my least favorite thing ever.
Wait, what is?
I get why it exists, and I know why you enjoy it,
Mankind
and you're free to enjoy it, but it's not for me.
society. So
Oh, is it that emote?
themselves, they blame the beast.
You know how I always talk
Is it
about how
is it
happy I am that...
Amogus thing?
Yeah, it's a clunky. Like the ass wiggly thing.
Duel 1.
And you know how little clothing Dizzy wears on her lower part? Extra. Basically, I always yapped about how happy I am that in Strive I don't have to look at her butt every time I lose or like press JK.
I think it made a lot of sense to redesign. It's really good.
When your character's weaker against yourselfish, I don't think dressing that way will benefit you. Then we might be getting somewhere. I do love her extra design, I just wish she wore clothes. Or at least pants. Pants would be good.
Gets a little bite. Oh, and he got the ice cream too. Not enough meter to use the super rocket, but hey.
I do wonder if they planned like Goldblue security gauge to work the same as in Stamina, but just like fucked up a number and now it refills faster than any gauge in Season 2.
That would not surprise me if they screwed up the number along the way. Because they have had some bugs. They have had some weird jank with these patches. Like fixing the Gold Lewis minigun bug by just making his final bullet unburstable is really funny. Definitely a band-aid though.
My issue with Dizzy's design is literally totally that like her outfit does not fit her character and she herself seems so good.
Like
but
if
the
Eno was
character
wearing that outfit, it'd be like, oh yeah, you go, do what you want. It just, yeah, it bothers me less, but it doesn't make sense as a character. It makes no sense.
The X one is okay. Like she's a gear, she just had that. Like I assume she just wore that because it's how she was born and she didn't know anything else. In that sense, it makes sense. But in Extra, she's already growing up and she does have two fully fledged dress designs actually, which just makes it even more confusing. But I guess they just wanted to keep it that way because tradition or like keeping the old design intact or something.
Oh yeah, because Ram's dress was one of Dizzy's spares, right, in the story mode?
Which story mode?
Exarch.
Oh, that could be
dresses. I was gonna say, I think the dress Ram wears in the story mode is like a spare that Dizzy has. Unless they just custom made Ram a dress then and there when they.
They're a royal family and have infinite riches. They could do that.
They could do it, but like, did they? I think it was probably just a spare. Maybe it was an old dress that Dizzy doesn't wear anymore. I
don't even remember Ram wearing a dress.
She wears it when she's on the ship.
Duel 1.
I don't know if that's because they just wanted her to dress more decently than themselves.
It doesn't look like a dress.
I don't. It's scary.
I never recognized it as a dress.
No. Yeah, well, it looks less like a dress because it kind of ends like a mini skirt. No bottom.
What's wrong?
Stamina looks like yeah, come on. Zippy closes it out one more buck.
Since we're on that topic, I need to nerd out a bit. Elfeld is so weird because not because of any character reason. She just has like some. Her and Dizzy have some unique interactions, but they also have like a lot of just using their generic lines. It's very weird. Like they have an opening where Dizzy asks like how the band's going and stuff, and she responds. But they also just use their generic opening against each other, which feels like a mistake. It feels like they're meant to have unique interactions because Ram and Dizzy do. Dizzy asks Ram like how work's going and stuff. And Ram like reminisces about how she was given a space in the Gish family and that kind of stuff. That's what they talk about, but Elfeld is weird.
Sorry, I got absorbed reading something then. Who won that one? I'm gonna guess Zippy got that one because Agalio's off the podium.
Yeah, that probably. That's how I always look when I'm a Tio, and I don't know.
Zipster. Oh.
Duel
Oh,
1.
wait, this is available. Oh my god.
Excuse me!
Oh yeah, the nice thing about like Dizzy being agreed upon a bit under June is that I get to look forward to buffs.
Hopefully that gives you little buffs here and there.
Oh, she'll definitely get buffs. There is no way she won't. Like she will also get some stuff nerfed probably, which is fine. As you know, I've already asked. But like, her 5H doesn't work. I'll be direct, I think the button just doesn't work. It doesn't do what it's intended to do, which is freeze people.
Oh my
The
god,
freeze
you
is...
launched just like Sin. You have a useless 5H.
Since 5H is not useless.
It was, now it's not. It
Oh,
had
you mean
very
was.
little purpose. You know.
No, it's not useless. Disease is not useless. Disease is pretty good in like spots, but it doesn't do what it like feels like it should be doing.
Then they buffed
It's a
it
good-
so it feels like it does what it should do in this one like level 4.
Yeah, in this case, it's like a good safe pressure ender if you're very close up. And it's like so active, it's like the easiest safe backdash capture of all time. But mid-screen, if people just get hit by the tail end of it, they just kind of fall out and she's in like a minus on hit. And you can never really confirm power slash into 5H into freeze because they fall out for the before the freeze goes off. So that button will definitely be changed somehow. Also, her inability to be able to punish slide hit. There she was BM.
Ban this man?
Wasn't it to Papers? Was to Papers? No.
I mean, if Zippy wins, he might be banned. I actually need to consult the records. I think he's only won one, actually. He might not be banned.
Duel 1.
Normally, everyone gets, like, 3 wins before they get
I want the Celeste
Sometimes
star.
there's 2 if it's, like, shocking or if it's very relevant. Like, the only time I banned someone for 2 was when they entered their first tournament, came second, and then won 2 in a row. And just looking at their defense and IBs, I was like, nah, this player is a little bit too good.
Not enough.
You got 2. To be fair, I got 2 as well. Although I also was like, finish banning.
Wait, did he? I didn't know how good or bad. It feels very much like. I don't want to say I'm rolling the rock uphill because that's not how I feel. It's more like I'm at an inherent disadvantage. Donate so many resources, which is okay to this extent. Like, I think it's okay for Dizzy to generate more resources than most of the cast for the opponent. I think that is inherently okay. What is not okay is like having less resources for hitting your opponent. Because I don't know if you know this, but if Dizzy actually uses her freeze and ice floor, her combos and setups usually generate more meter for the opponent than she gains herself from hitting them.
If your wins are against Tommy, man, Willie and Tommy.
Let's do this!
Get back, Laserfish. No, stop. Get out. I don't want extra shit to return. Get out. No, don't ask for double air dash. Laserfish does nothing for her. Laserfish would not change anything. Double air dash would not give her anything in Strive. That's literally just wanting to play Exert, and I think I can just post the link to buy that on Steam right now. I'm a very big enemy of people just going, yeah, what if she had a double air dash? And I was like, nothing. She
What if
can't
she had
use
a
it in
triple air
Strive.
dash?
She still couldn't use it in Strive. It wouldn't give her anything.
What if she had a quadruple air dash?
It would still not do anything. It would give her better movement and better ability to like bait 6p. But like, why would it be on her? It makes no sense in
I
the
don't know,
kit.
I just thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
Mankind.
There's
What if
just
she
so
had
many
air
people.
backdash like Milia?
There's just so many people who like pick her up and go like, yeah, but I want her to have double air dash. I'm like, that does not fix any of her problems.
It's literally one of those things where somebody, because like I've looked at it, it's where somebody goes onto the training mode of one of the older games, just like briefly presses all of the buttons and goes, that feels really nice. And so they want it. Because yeah, Dizzy's air dashing feels fucking awesome in these games. Just go pew pew all over the place, but contextually it's driving. It'd be cool, but she doesn't really need it.
It wouldn't be cool. It wouldn't do anything. It would be like a thing she has. You just call it cool because like conceptually having more equals cool, but I don't think that's true. Well, like what will she do with the double air dash? By the time she double air dashes, the fish has bitten you and you just jump grab her. Cool. Very cool thing in her kit, I guess. I'm very, very like bitter about these dumb statistics. To me, dumb. I would rather have them like adjust the kit to work better in Strife than give them back old stuff. Go gadget pop-up player? What's happening?
Pop-out player is the solution to ad breaks, if you have it as an option.
Oh.
If you pop it out, it skips the ads and you can individually like set it.
That's nice.
Oh my god, this is close. Zippy almost had lost, but then just said, no, I can't go out here. I'll fight back. No.
Double hitting normals back from extra, that is so toxic in Strife though. I mean, that's the point, I guess.
Funnily enough, normally I would advocate for bursting as early as possible, right? I think against Sin in this instance, it would have been slightly better to get hit by the beak driver follow-up and then get him to waste his stamina.
Yeah, with Sin now having resources. Adding depth to burst usage, by the way. I know he may be overtuned, but he is definitely a lot more of a unique character now.
Galia is bringing it back off of that one drop as if he had. One drop! Oh my word.
If I could have the most toxic thing from Extra Dizzy added to Strive, it would literally just be fish armor. That would be so fucking toxic in Strive. It would be so strong.
Oh god, fish armor and Strive would be insanely toxic.
That would be. It used to tank supers.
Yeah,
It wasn't
you can't have that.
It wasn't just tanking normals, it was tanking supers. I don't know if you know this, but Kum Super, you could have the fish tank it, go into instant kill, and punish the super with instant kill. I had it once, but I forgot how to activate instant kill mode. Never fumble your way into a W horror, keep fumbling. I mean, keep Wing, I guess. But I don't like add thing from old game. I would rather have them refine new thing. Because I know a lot of the suggestions for Slayer are also like, but what if you just had extra weakness? And it's like, that would not work in Strive. What if 2H wasn't mental cancelable? Yeah, and what does he do from it? He gets 2H. Okay, nothing, he waits. Cool button. It's like 2H not special cancelable on Slayer is... what the button would do is he would press it, you would get hit, and you would wait while your character floats up and floats down, and the Slayer would also just be watching your character float up and float down. And you would soft knockdown and nothing would happen. You know what people really want? People want their original bullshit from the old game without having to deal with all the other original bullshit from all the other characters. There's always like, you can have Dizzy double air dash and her old buttons and gatlings and stuff, but you also have to deal with Slayer variable wake-up timing, and his forward invuln dash, where he just TODs you from dashing through a fish. But let's be real. Who here in chat would love to deal with invuln Slayer forward dash in Strive?
I would rather
yeah,
just
and
not deal with Slayer personally.
Oh, and invuln on Dandy Step. Also. Extra Dandy Step has invuln. You? Don't believe it. I don't trust you. You're not trustworthy if you say that.
Alright, we're going to give Zippy a minute, and then we're calling Zippy to the stands again, because there'll be a little delay on the next set. And Zippy normally, I know he normally likes to game, not wait too long.
Exert Alpha. I never understand Exert anything in Strive. It would not work. It wouldn't work.
A lot of Exert stuff just wouldn't work in Strive. I don't feel like people put that context in the game sometimes.
I'll be honest, I think most people who ask for Exert shit to return have no more than 20 hours in Exert.
They played the combo trials deck, they're basically pros.
Because if you fought Exert Elfeld, you would not be wishing for that shit back ever.
But then they'll say, yeah, but I just think she was more interesting, man.
Exert's still playable, that's exactly my point. If you love Exert so much, go play Exert. It's dirt cheap, you can get it for $6. You can go play it right now, and there's even an active community on Hearts Are Blazing. And there's a lot of people with a lot of passion for that game who will gladly explain that game to you, because as the game grows older and gets no more patches, and is no longer the new thing, the people who are left playing it are the people with passion left for it. While this all existing makes Strive worthwhile, I have my opinions. I will not share them here. I wish Wild Assault was more interesting. I know this is a buzzword, but I wish charged Wild Assault was better and uncharged was weaker, is what I will say.
For better or worse, it's definitely a distinct mechanic that is unique to this game and isn't in the past.
I think it's interesting. It can be interesting. I don't think it's currently interesting. I think currently it's boring. It enables cool combos, but that is, as I've said before, combos are never... Once I've seen a Wild Assault combo like 5 times, it's no longer that good. Even if it's funny actual leap.
I think fighting everyone from my local. Fighting Argalia, now fighting me. Zippy's trying to demolish Meltdown. When's Zippy gonna come to Meltdown?
Yeah. And I've said before, Tommy, like, I think it's interesting that Wild Assault, for example, gives burst a purpose versus zoners, because big bodies against zoners, they don't really want burst. I don't want to put the zoner back full screen. But I think in execution, it's just... Uncharged is too good and too brainless, and charged is too worthless. It's my opinion. Like, imagine Orange Wild Assault. And charged is a little bit faster. Uncharged you cannot cancel unblock, but charged you can cancel unblock. So now you have RPS. Do I do the 24 frame slow version and get my cancels, or do I do the fast version as a frame cap? Uh-oh. What? Oh, okay, still dead. Mostly I want Goldlust to no longer slide across the screen, being fully invuln in 20 frames. That is my main wish.
Goldlust sliding around is certainly a thing.
Goldlust should not have run up DP for 50%. Safe unblock. You know, one of my friends said, and I've said this before. Yeah, got it.
I was like, where's RTL 100? No! But, get the reset.
A friend of mine actually corrected me when I was mauling about White Wild Assault. And they were like, you should stop comparing White Wild Assault to Run Up DP, because Run Up DP is risky and White Wild Assault isn't. And I was like, you are so right. You're spitting, my king.
That sounds like something Plime would say if I was to guess.
No, Plime is a White Wild Assault defender. Plime thinks White Wild Assault is fine.
Oh, okay.
Here you go.
But it was...
No. It was times. It was to times. Oh, you even typed Remember as well.
It made me quit the game. It's what White Wild Assault did. Remember to times?
Just stay put.
I had that come on the TV and Lethal. I've modded the TV and Lethal company to have a bunch of and Miku videos. So now sometimes the TV in the ship just starts talking about remembering times. Interesting. Hey, remember when Biker was got?
Now you've done it.
She could get a good blow up. Like,
We're talking about Lycan and his Andean symptoms.
I mean, I've been talking about whatever.
We do yeah. If anybody's watched Striving for Glory, they know we do yeah.
Mainly me. I will just talk about whatever I feel like because that's what I find fun. I'm not a professional commentator. I can do analysis, but my analysis is so nerdy and long it doesn't really fit.
The game is slightly too loud sometimes. Okay. Did I get you? I just yanked the volume out of my headphones then actually. I'll hit my own volume slider. I will adjust the game.
All yours.
Or in fact, I might adjust it myself. Because it is a bit loud for me. Now I can't hear through my headphones properly. I was lounging, yanked the cable, and now they're going a bit dodgy again.
Duel 1.
In under 5 days, I'm getting new internet.
Actually, let's drive down to like that level. That should be good, right? Let me know, Tommy. Oh shoot, what's the score? Is it 2-0 for Zippy or didn't he win?
I have no idea. I'm gonna be honest
I got
now that
absorbed trying to fix my audio, so I missed it.
it's 1-1 apparently. Now that I'm like not in production, I'm just not paying attention to this group fight.
You don't have to. You know the rules here, Dick. The streamer and the commentator don't pay attention. Chat does.
Well, originally it was the streamer and commentator don't pay attention, and neither does most of the chat. But there's always one person in chat who knows.
There is. If I were to tier list chat on who is paying attention to the scores the most, she's not here at the moment, I don't think, but Luna here is probably the one who reminds me the most of the scores.
For me, it would be Volta, I think. ORC, okay. Elcon, Days Conrad, yeah.
Pass now, get out. Oh. Return to the room.
Yeah, I say you always remind me of the score when I'm not paying attention.
Speaking of Voltan, it made me laugh. I think this has happened twice, but somebody has tried to ping Volta and Taras for matchmaking, and they ping Voltan by accident. That has happened before.
I cannot tell you how many times that almost happened to me when running intermediate brackets.
The thing is, you have to correct it, because the list immediately goes, oh, you want to ping Voltan? And it's like, no, I gotta scroll down. You type Volta with no N, but it's like, oh, you mean Voltan? Also, you pinged me yesterday instead of Maria. That was funny.
I think my funniest thing as a TO is like being pinged for brackets and not even. I was pinged for setting reset a couple times when I wasn't even running it or on the team to run it. People are just so used. We're just so used to pinging me for any trouble. Well, now there's more tournaments again, but for a time I was like the monarch. There was a monopoly on tournaments in the region.
Monopoly. Deck is just running literally everything.
Aside from like Salty and Intermediate, I was running almost everything.
Salty holding out against these greedy TOs that stream every event.
Yeah.
Ooh, I reckon Zippy tried to grab that backdash. I didn't know about that.
Oh, I guess the correct read, but the wrong timing. Oh. Just grab Thrillos. I would have goal bursted and I would have hit. And then I would have still lost. But I would have hit the goal burst.
Zippy taking it. Moving on up.
Who taught me that safe jump, I wonder? It was not Macman's. That one I can guarantee.
It was not Macman's. How's it going, Cryer?
That much I can guarantee.
I don't think Macman's ever recovered from that incident. Like, he's just not been the same ever since.
You know, Macman's might have learned about being wrong and that being okay on that day. We all need to have that day where we realize, okay, maybe I'm wrong and maybe that's okay and it's not that bad.
Oh yeah, y'all are so locked in, I don't even have to ping any of you.
I want to buy the Celeste scarf, but I've already spent so much money. Ugh.
I am going to treat myself to a OLED model PS Vita because I need a second PS Vita for very important reasons.
Oh, it's restock plan. It's not even.
It's actually kind of important. I need a Vita for my Japanese account. I need the Japanese account to access the Japanese store to get the DLC for the silly little rhythm games I like. I can't use the DLC on my English account Vita.
There's also a long sleeve shirt. That is really cool. Oh, but my size is. Well, my size is already gone. I could. Oh.
Oh, Slayer Baiken. You know, this was a matchup where I said last patch, on paper, Baiken should win this, but the universe is cruel. What about this patch?
I don't think the universe was cool. I thought so much of current Baiken. And here's my prediction, I think they will buff Baiken again and nerf all the other characters, and Baiken will then be the new boogeyman.
Mox is made of gap, true. Also, shoutouts to Mox, because she's currently my only connection tester, and she did resolve the connection dispute earlier today. So thank you. I need more connection.
I should probably appreciate the connection testers.
I do need another.
But we can never have enough.
It's not a paid role. Nobody's going to be forced to do it, but it would be ideal to have more of it.
You say payroll like we can like have an income to pay people.
Where do I sign up? Well, there isn't a form. I'll just give you the role and tell you how it works. I think I did write up the little mini guide on it though. I've just got to remember what channel I put it in. It might be pinned in the disputes channel.
It should be pinned there.
I think that's where I put it.
Paid in exposure? But I would much rather be paid in money so I can buy more disputes.
Being paid in exposure is actually probably how the so-called greedy TOs, right? The more things we stream, the more things we do get more viewers. But yeah, you don't really get paid for it. It's all up to community generosity.
You know, Baiken just makes me feel like my neutral is ass at the moment. Because she's just running at me, gambling, and I'm like, how do I stop this angry woman charging at me?
Right, fuck.
Spent the money anyways? Well, I spent the money I have for my work.
Unlock your backshot inhibitors. Alright, Volta. Give me a second. What side are you on? You're on the left side? Alright, here you go. Have a little Gideon. Wait, why are you giving Volta? Why are you giving Volta Milia counterplay to Baiken? You're right. You're right. Stop playing Milia. Actually, that said, I don't actually know Volta's pronouns. Did I hear burst? I heard burst. It's a good point to get that burst out. Volta has 100 meters.
One thing that makes me so confused about this patch, like, Johnny and Senga damage increase makes sense in the scope of what they wanted to achieve, right? They wanted specific moves you don't use in every combo to be buffed so you can still be explosive, but without like having every combo do more damage. Why the fuck did they buff Pile Bunker and Behemoth Typhoon damage if that was their goal? That is like the 2 buttons they use in every goddamn combo. The Senga damage buffs are obviously too much. He does too much damage with them now.
Yeah, they could have just buffed it a little bit. That's what we were thinking. We're like, oh neat, and Senga's going to do like 10 more damage. Not double!
Yeah, it's not fully double, I think.
I thought you were memeing for a sec there. Voltan? Yeah, I'm sure that's correct. yeah, I know your pronouns. And you know your pronouns.
I think like
shit, who won
even
that?
though
Some
they're
Mox again.
over the top, they make sense. The buffs of Ensenga, like conceptually as an idea, the Behemoth Typhoon buffs, damage buffs, go completely against the goal of the patch.
Tommy, that's a like Popeye comic where it says pronouns. I don't have any pronouns on account of all me nouns being amateurs. Yeah, I don't use in-game music for Novice streams. I do for some of the others, like Wild Type, but for my one, I just play a playlist of music across all the Guilty Gear games, and then like a few Blaze Blue songs and one Grand Blue song.
Which is the Grand Blue song? Don't tell me
it's Beatrix's theme, just because somebody sent it to me, so it's one of the only ones I've listened to. And I was like, that's a good song.
Is it a YouTube playlist?
It is not. It is downloaded to my computer.
Oh, you should. Vanilla's theme is also very good.
I don't like using a YouTube playlist because ads can run during the songs.
Vanilla's theme is very good. I will vouch for Vanilla's theme.
I don't think I have Susanoo's theme, funnily enough. I've used Arxis music in general though, just because it's all like fine to play on Twitch. It doesn't interfere with the VOD. It was 2-0 for Mox, by the way, right? I'm not tripping, am I?
I've not paid attention.
And I'm gonna guess that is 3-0. I see GG's in the chat. I was right. Woohoo! I'm not tripping.
There's your chud. That's crazy.
Baiken Brigade doing God's work. Gideon, go back to the Shadow Realm real quick. Okay. Losers is actually a little bit behind today. Normally I have multiple Losers games already ready. I don't have any yet.
Oh, it's just like... want the scarf. Why is the one thing I want out of stock? I mean, it makes sense. It's probably the most popular item.
Wait, what item are you on about?
I want Celeste merch.
Oh, right.
They have new
I
merch.
still haven't played that game. I do own it on my Switch, I believe.
You should play it.
I should. I have
The
one
hoodie is
song
$70.
from Celeste in my normal stream playlist. I don't have it in this one. I haven't played Celeste. It's true, Tommy. It's true.
I'll be put on the mail list for when this item is stock.
I want to own a Fumo. That's my merch thing I want.
I like digital art. As people may know.
Dizzy, whoa! She didn't
I
release
have
as a
one-
Rekka character.
I do have one more Dizzy commission coming, but that has been already paid. Really fucking expensive. I mean, $600 for one image is a lot. More than I've ever paid before for a commission. I think the most expensive before I had was $380, which is also still a lot.
I have not. I've not had many commission. The most I paid for a commission, I think. How much did I pay my friend? Was it 40 something? For that little 3D model for the Dragon Girl. That's the most
Oh
expensive
yeah,
commission I've done.
I've commissioned a lot.
You're fighting Zip? You are indeed. We have a wait on losers. Did you two feel like playing it out now, or would you rather do the normal format and wait for your wait for another 2 losers games?
Or I had to fight a bike and get into my world, where if you ping matchmaking, always just bike in respawn. Fucking Cataclysm. Nothing against them, they're my goats. Or like Shang
Cataclysm
responding a
plays very
couple
different
times.
too.
They're all different brands of angry woman. It's really annoying to adjust to all of them because they're all playing differently. Tommy plays differently, Shang plays differently.
True,
Like it's like,
true.
is this the Biken that just lets Cabri rip, or is this the other Biken, or is this the Charger you Biken, or is this the JS Biken?
Speaking of Bikens, hey Tanya, you didn't enter today for your victory lap. Not like the victory lap is mandatory, but yeah.
Want to play your
We always
Biken?
extend
I fought Crash today. I'm good. I'm going pretty even against the Bikens.
I'm good against most Bikens. The first one I ran into where I was like, what? It was with Crash. I couldn't figure out how I needed to beat Crash. I started adapting when we played, but I was like, damn. Crash plays so differently to what I'm used to playing.
It will also take some time for them to actually like fight Dizzy and not just run at my face. This is, by the way, something I think is true of some Guilty Gear Strive characters. Is like, you can tell they're undertuned, and yes, I think Jaco has been undertuned for a long time. Is that you can kind of just not understand how they work and just run at them and kill them.
Since we have a wait, I'm just gonna run ads so they get in the way of games less. Get them out of the way.
I think a bunch of characters are too susceptible or too good at just like either being run down and just dying, or like running someone down and killing. My prime examples right now would be Johnny is too good at just like rushing at your face and doing whatever and killing you. Gold Lewis would be the next candidate because he's just fictional. I think we all agree Gold Lewis is fictional this patch.
Gold Lewis is very fictional. This is true.
He's like actually just made up.
Ooh, I think we got a G... Wait, did we? No, that was a little while ago. I was checking the chat to see if anybody had said their GGs yet. Wheat versus Drowsy. Elfelt Kai. And then Argalia and Macroob. So that'll be Eno Testament. And then those. It's funny. I know all the characters of those 4. I don't know who Jakezu or Jakuzu plays or Guns for. I don't know who those 2 play. So we'll see.
What do you
Too
mean the
bad.
Arc System store has Eno's glasses for 125 euro?
Yikes. Yeah, I'm well, Tanya, I'm running the ads now because we have a little break between the matches. Get him out of the way, you know.
This is what happens when your entire thing is just made up of art. Oh, Elfeld now has a unique rubric as like Elfeld Valentine. Oh, she has the patches? That's so cool. And the headband? Why is the headband 40 bucks? Jeez.
They don't make it cheap, do they?
I like the shirt. Why is the shirt 105 euro?
Bro is just browsing the Axis store.
What is happening?
We're on commentary. We have a losers match. We do indeed. Agalia reigns triumphant over Macru.
They turned their precious chibi cards just into stickers instead of having them be cards.
I will ping the players. How
I like
long
the
left
eyes.
is the ads in left? Okay.
There's a couple things I would like from that store. It's like mostly it's like I would like the Asuka Discman. I would like the Dizzy Discman when that eventually drops, which it will. The Alpha one I don't like as much.
You're correcting my spelling, that's it, DQ. Alright, I'll be
Is it
back.
time
I'll be
to-
back in
to-
1 minute. I'm just gonna get a drink.
Time to play the time to play the Wii Sports. Nice car. Like you just win the tournament in that place. Nice cock. Did you just hear a nice cock? Yes. Do you not like chicken?
Alright, I'm back. Hey, Jazz. Alright, players entering the room. Also,
Why did
I
Hungry
forget, Dick,
Cooker-
did I tell you about the little wanted style thing I'm running on Monday?
Yeah.
I've made a small alteration to the base format.
Okay.
So instead of it just being you have 4 players, it's still going to be single elim, but the first players do their matches, and then they have a round 2 opponent instead of fighting each other. There's like a mini boss for both sides, and then there is a raid boss who's already been predetermined.
Now how does that work? If like the mini boss wins, what happens?
The mini boss advances.
Huh.
Yeah. I just thought it'd be a bit different. Gives us more matches though. Who's playing in it? Well, well. I will announce that soon. Oh, I just asked you if I just asked you what if you wanted to enter for your victory lap or not. That's fine if you didn't want to play. It's just everyone always gets an opportunity to enter the next one after they're banned, and then they're like banned for real. Alright, Guns will be here shortly. Maybe next one I fight him. A victory lap, not the week after the ban? With other I mean, you can play another character if you want, but when you are graduated, you can't enter events with secondaries. But if it's for the victory lap, go for it. Do an Aber only victory lap. Sure.
And then don't win and be depressed. Maybe I am washed.
Yeah, you can end if yeah do that. Enter next week's one as Aber only. That'd be interesting. But yeah, you are graduated. You're banned. Too good at the video game. Yeah, I need to make a little like a little card for the wanted thing. Yo, Catch. How's it going? I believe I have like decided all the players, so I can just make like a little display with some little like character cards. I'm getting ideas here. Oh, you're at work? Fair, fair, fair. Oh man, it feels like local is so soon again. Oh, the ID for the room? It's 303138. You can see it in the stream matches pinned as well. 303138. It's funny because it felt like last Meltdown was so far away from the one before it. But now they're really close together. Who's next? It is Argalia and Guns. Yeah, it was last week, I think. Right? Yeah, it was last week. Or the week before. Maybe it was the week before. It was probably the week before. Who gifted you a sub? Did someone gift you a sub? I didn't see a thing on my Twitch for it. But if someone gave you a sub, hell yeah, let's go. You get to use funny emotes. Did you mistake your cake for a sub icon or something? You do have to wait a bit. This is true. Yo, Faust? Oh, Guns is not an HC player. Guns, actually, Faust player. I have remembered the overlay. Don't worry. Oh, worth it. Sorry, man. I'll play Testament. Argalia. Speaking of players who need to get banned, Argalia is very close himself. One more Novice win does mean he is banned. Could this be the one? I need to see my boy banned. Praying, crying and screaming for Argalia to get banned. Many have been saying this. See, he might downplay himself and it'd be like, ah, what do you mean? I don't always win. Ah, but like a lot of people would say Argalia is a demon. He is a bracket demon to quite a few people here. He is very close to getting banned. It's just one more. I don't think they'll ever buff Faust in the ways that he needs to be buffed. I'm gonna be real. I
What
don't
would
think
he
it'll
even
happen.
need? Like,
Like, he has a lot of weaknesses in his kit that I feel like if they wanted to change them, they would have just changed by now, right? So they just buff him in different ways. I remember Izzy made a tweet about this idea where it's like, they just keep giving him new moves and shit instead, giving him more random things he can do. It doesn't make him much better, but it does make him more fun. He's very funny. I like Faust. Hey, see you on the board. How's it going?
Duel 2. Let's rock.
He needs some more conversions? I mean, that would help him.
does he?
Though Faust being able to get mad conversions off of some of his buttons would also be crazy.
I don't want the character that can pull bombs and meteor and mini Faust to get consistent conversions.
That would be scary.
I don't know why y'all are asking for this, but I'm not.
I don't think people sometimes understand the ramifications of what they ask for.
I also think the character that would feel the worst about this is Jaco because they keep shooting her conversions.
They do,
In
actually,
season-
yeah.
In
They
Season 2 they gave her the conversions, in 2.5 they nerfed them, in 3.0 they nerfed them really hard, and now in 4 they've once again nerfed her mid-screen combos.
I don't know,
Like
you
2G
know, fictional
just no
combos.
longer works.
Gold Lewis is already a helicopter.
Goldwood literally is a helicopter.
Play him
Have
in
you seen
training
his
mode
stage?
with infinite bar on. Have fun. Try to get the anti-air. Mix first, means you get the corner. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, I think I caught the PRC start. Super. Somehow I'm doing. Sometimes it's just like that, Volton. You just take a break, come back, and then randomly feel better. Sometimes you just be like that. Guns has got one on the board.
Yeah, it's nice to like take the hands off sometime and then.
Some people play this game too much, Dex. They need the break.
Always depends.
Now, it can definitely work for some people, because I remember I said this to Scatter before. I was like, bro, are you sure you should play that much? But weirdly, in Scatter's case, I think it kind of works out for him. But a lot of people, they shouldn't play every day. They shouldn't play too long. Rest the hands, rest the mind. Don't overwork yourself with the video game.
It depends.
That's the signs.
It's like definitely sometimes you definitely need to see other shit. If
yeah.
only to like get a different perspective.
Not playing enough can be a weakness too, because there are certain things you only get better at by playing considerably more of.
You can also get trapped in your little like thought bubble. Like I've been hosting DBFZ for 3 weeks Wednesdays, and it's like a different world. And you like see shit in there that you're like, I can actually use this in the game I play, and I've never thought about this.
Yeah, you can sometimes get different perspectives from other games. I can't remember the exact example, but I think I remember looking at something in Street Fighter and then thinking of how you could apply that in Strive. Real back and forth here. Ooh, that was fortunate for Argalia. If that had hit, that would have been a lot of damage.
Nice Trade
first.
super.
Gonna have two now.
Oh. I don't know. What would you even give Faust?
Ram's
Like-
theme is so good. It's my favorite one. It's my favorite theme in the game. They titled the album after it for a reason. You know what, Deck? They could give Mini Faust. They could give Faust Mini Faust number 2. They could have 2 Mini Fausts.
You can already have that.
True, actually. Okay, then you can have 3.
I do remember being in VC with Izzy before 3.5 or 3.7 happened. I don't remember which patch it was, but it was like, it would be cool if Faust was like, if he were to like munch a donut or banana, he'd just eat them. Like, and restore the health. And that's exactly what they did. It's like small things that are cool. I don't want Faust to consistently convert. I don't want Faust to be good.
He
be
needs to
honest,
atone. He's because his character arc, he is in his atonement like phase fully, and also he was like top tier in every other game that was in Strive.
I don't want him to be top tier in this game. He would be so toxic.
He was top tier in Missing Link, Accent Core, and Exartiferal. Wait, sorry. Legally distinct in Missing Link. Dr. Boldhead was top tier. Different character. My top 3 favorite themes are Necessary Discrepancy, Symphony, and Extras. And then probably Get Over Nightmares. Well, that's not a character theme. It's a versus theme. We might get more versus themes. That'd be sick.
I want versus theme. I think Kai and Sins is really cool. Well, I'm the Kisuke family fan. Well, I like the family. I only play one of them.
Oh, do you own the vinyls for Necessary? That's cool. I remember you telling me about that song that was like clearly an inspiration Daisuke took from. Oh, you pre-ordered them and they're not here yet. Oh. Symphony is so good. Get Over Nightmares is so good. December, eh? Speaking of deliveries, where the hell is my present that I've got to give somebody? I'm gonna have to ask for a shipping refund because that was supposed to be guaranteed to have arrived by today, wasn't it? Is it?
I'm surprised my liverless came here as fast as it did, given it came from China. And like, it also dodged customs. It was so well packed. It was actually like... I will put this ER on it, yes. I also already have a sticker.
Oh, you have levelist now.
Yeah. It would be funny, like, I will put the 600 euro Dizzy piece on it, and it would be very funny because the level list was 50 and the art on it was 600. Doesn't match, but like, you know, we cringe on.
Where's the bracket? It is pinned.
Also, I think pinning is not the optimal solution because some people are on mobile and older mobile versions, which cannot see pinned messages. Because that feature did not exist yet.
Mobile users can't see pinned messages.
No, people who use the older Twitch version
Oh.
before they TikTokified the
I
mobile
didn't know
app.
that. Thanks, Mina.
I don't know why they TikTokified Twitch of all things.
I don't know.
Twitch is like the one thing that goes against most of the like on-demand and short format thing.
You don't think it's fun? Huh. That's interesting, because a lot of Bikins did feel like it got better. Or a few Bikins at least felt like it got better. Even like
Which one?
Minty thinks it's like even now.
Which
Well, I
matchup?
guess that doesn't mean it has to be fun.
Which matchup?
Bikin Sin.
Yeah, that would be a contentious one because both of these characters changed a lot.
They did. I definitely on paper did get better for Bikin though, which is good for her.
Bikin got so omega buffed. It's actually wild if you look at how much she got buffed.
The neutral should be a smidge better for you than it used to be, at least, because
A smidge? A smidgen?
a little smidge.
Viking got so many buffs in neutral. It's not a smidgen. It should
No,
be.
I just mean specifically like her dash speed being that big of a deal is really good for her, and Sin's buttons being slower.
And getting full vortex and high damage from / counter hit, and just the vortex your Sunsin, and
You can sequence Sin much better than before, which means your wins in neutral will count way more.
dude. I will say, I think both Viking and Paul are overtuned, but I also think the players deserve their little moment in the limelight and deserve their characters to be toxic for a bit. Mostly I want Viking / to stop anti-airing me way past the Viking having pressed that button. Pot has been toxic since season 3. You don't want to hear my take. I think Pot is just inherently toxic.
Alright, well, we know what Wheat plays. I don't know what Jigsaw plays though, so we will see.
It literally does not matter. Pot is just toxic, and it's just a matter of how much are people exposed to him because of how powerful. Or how much do they lose to him because of how powerful he is. Because if there's one thing the Guilty Gear community needs to complain about something, it needs it to be overtuned. The thing is fine as long as I win against it.
Oh, what the hell?
The room imploded.
Yeah, so it did. Okay.
If it's an actual 6p, you have the lowest total frame 6p in the fucking game. And you get Vortex on counter hit.
Yeah, Viking 6p is an intended weakness as well, in terms of it being small.
Viking does not need a giant anti-air.
You're okay, you have air to airs as well, you have JD, you'll be alright.
But it's tiny, we can trade. You can have Dizzy 6p. We can trade, you can have mine, I can take Vikings.
You can have Axel's 6p, which is like the same size and slow. And it used to be really slow. If you want a truly bad 6p, you can have
You
Axel.
can also trade JS. I get Viking JS, you get Dizzy's JS. Now you don't have air to air and you don't have 6p. Good luck. I say that exaggerating. I think Dizzy 6p is totally fine.
Dizzy
Not a real bu-
Dizzy
it's
is an animation showcase.
It's completely fine, Cryo. That's cope. It's completely fine. It's just small. Not every 6p needs to cover all the screen, like Testament or Sim.
And those 6ps have big recovery.
/ even an anti-air.
There are 2 rooms
Viking is-
now. I know.
Ah, you're so
I'm
upsetting
sorry.
me. Viking is meant to have weak anti-air. You can air to air. You have a godlike JS.
A Strive 6p is still indeed a Strive 6p. Very true. Strive 6ps are juiced as hell. It's really funny looking at old gear and then seeing some stuff and I'm like, damn, why didn't they 6p? And it's like, oh well, it just doesn't work like that. Yeah, you have JD. It is amazing air to air.
Also an 8-frame JS.
You have the best JS in the game.
Ah, debatable.
Who would you say maybe has one similar?
Higher Amelia. They're faster and they're disjointed.
Yeah, they are. Vikings
They
isn't
don't-
disjointed.
They don't hit at the lower angle. That the low angle, like the diagonally low angle, is what makes Spike and JS so strong.
It's very long and it hits at basically the perfect angle for a JS. That's the one time when I'm playing Sin I get jealous. I'm like, damn, I wish my JS was good. But Sin has plenty of other good things, so I have very little to complain about.
Yeah, I was just being a bit toxic. I literally, like, I think 6p are fine. Like, plus, in addition, Vikings being literally the lowest total frames. So it does have its upsides. It has an aspect in which it is better than every other 6p. As a grab, that would be a hit. Like looking at the Diddy balance suggestions, I'm also already doing it because it's like, oh, yeah, that works. People are like, we should fix all her weaknesses, and I'm like, no, no.
People will always ask for this. You won't stop them.
We should
Arceus
not
has to be the one
fix.
to stop.
We should not fix all character weaknesses. That's how we get Johnny and Gold. Specifically Gold. I think Johnny still has like some semblance of a weakness. I think Gold is just.
There's like weakness and meaningful weakness.
I don't think current Gold Lewis has a meaningful weakness.
Yeah.
What's Johnny's weakness? The players.
That's high level play. Whoa, shenanigans. That's so flame. EMEATO would be like, I'm gonna be less flame, I'm gonna be less toxic. He just starts flaming everyone.
No, sometimes
Take him off his own broadcast, this is what he's doing.
when people take you too seriously, you gotta like drop the bomb.
Yeah, true, true. Spit.
He's asking to be 6 feet. I think you're delusional.
That definitely depends on the range and the 6p that you have.
Have you
Sometimes
have you
no.
seen the 10 frame half screen reaching to S he has that gives him a heavy knockdown on hit?
You know what's low-key really upsetting? Axel is easier to 6p than Johnny.
This 6p Mistfinder also true.
You can 6p, this is true. At some ranges.
I think that this kit is weak against 6p is still cooked. Like if that was true, how is Soul top tier? 6S loses to 6p, / loses to 6p. And that's both his long range buttons. Like just 6p Soul, the Mao, and then he presses to S, gets to counter it, and you implode. And you're like, well shit. Fuck my Chungus life. I'm cooked. Especially now that 6Ps have more recovery. I don't think you want to do that.
Oh no, Alpha, you crossed yourself out. Yes, we did win. I just updated the score incredibly slowly. But I did update it before I was reminded to. I did know. If I do anything slow or I'm a bit like, ugh, today, I did wake up at 6 AM. I'm a bit sleepy. Ooh, going for the double Rekka meterless. Hella risky. Deployment is a necessary evil, though, I suppose. Do need cash.
If you ever don't need cash, you can donate it to me.
I like how I don't chill on the broadcast, so you just chill on my broadcast.
One thing I find funny is like, one thing I thought about posting, and this was like definitely a brainworm, because I got so upset about all the, oh, they killed Elfeld and she's so ruined and she's nothing like an Exer, and I'm like, would Rekka be okay if instead of just resetting normally by pressing S, she would have to do 4-6H to reload and then press S? Would that make Rekka okay? Because that's kind of what shotgun stance is.
Some people would unironically say that. They'd be like, oh, well, the execution would be harder, so it's okay.
Well, yeah, I can touch my balls less while playing, so
I just don't like that they're able to do it with one button. It undermines the core principles of fighting games in the medium.
Yeah, I think people should be getting carpal tunnel from using broken tools.
Personally, I like it when my opponent gets RSI for playing cursed characters that I hate very much. I mean, yeah, she does say rubber dub.
She would probably sing that while taking a bath. That does sound like the Unlike everybody else, like we sing in the shower when nobody's looking, Elfo sings in the shower when everybody's looking.
Everyone's looking at her in the shower? Where the hell is the shower? Why does her shower have an audience?
Why wouldn't it have? She's in the limelight.
In the shower? Is she
Oh
not
my
entitled
God.
to at least a little bit of privacy?
I didn't want to make it weird. I just thought it was funny, and I didn't think of the consequences of people having their mind together. That was my bad. I did not think about the rest of that. That is my bad. I was literally just thinking about a funny thing to say that would reflect her character.
I mean, it was funny, I get it. It's just the choice of it being in the shower. I would be concerned if somebody had a shower on stage. And like, instead of taking showers privately in a room, they were just like, yeah, let me just take a shower on stage every day.
What if we rephrase it to sauna? And then it's suddenly fine, right? In the sauna when all the women are looking? Oh.
Now,
all
what
the
are you
ladies.
yapping in chat?
Black Friday, I have not bought anything. I should probably get something to upgrade my PC because my PC has been a bit struggling.
I
Struggling a bit.
did get something. Although I don't get to use it until Christmas. We ordered it as part of a Christmas present because it's on discount now. I'm getting a new phone. I don't really want a new phone, but I actually really need one. My phone is a problem. You're buying the Testament Fumo? I'm jealous. I want a Fumo. Hell yeah, let's go Testament Fumo. I'm not sure if I want a Strive Fumo or a Toho Fumo though. Decisions.
I don't have
I think I want the
Fumo,
Elfo
but
Fumo.
but I do have Little Felt Necro and Undying. Maintain the brand. I want the Dizzy plush, but it's so expensive.
A year later and it's still not out there. I could get the Marissa Fumo, but it'd be funny if I got a different character because my name online is Marissa. They should make a Craig Fumo. I'm a Craig Fumo.
A very questionable sizes and very questionable sites. The Dizzy plush is for $30, but I think it's out of stock just literally everywhere.
What? You don't want me to be a Fumo? Why can't I be a Fumo?
But I know it's available on Good Smile, but I don't want to order from Good Smile right now.
Wait, is it? Is this how we drive for more subs? Dex way is subs. Give me subs and donations so I can make more Dizzy emotes or commission more Dizzy emotes. Mine will be. Can you give me money so I can have a Fumo?
I have already commissioned more emotes. One is for my private channel. And the other one is a Slayer emote.
Slayer. Ah,
And then one Dizzy emote.
Dizzy. Whoa. Oh, mashing while you have a bomb vest on? Bold. The grab though. That grabs get payoff huge.
I mean, Dizzy is my brand. It's like so concocted in people's brain, like if I change characters ever and they would see the tiny icon not be Dizzy at the top, they would probably question my sanity.
Dismood.
But yeah, the Good Smile online shop has her available apparently, and I would like to buy her, but apparently there has been an issue with Good Smile recently where they're like, but data is leaking. You already question my sanity? Like why? What is making you question my sanity?
Probably Dizzy.
Yo, for other people, it's fine to hyper obsess. TOing? Fair. But why TOing? Because I do it so much? Ami Ami? Oh. Good. I should check that out.
Love and success.
Would you look at that? I already have Dizzy typed in the search bar.
Maybe I need to like add dizzies to the screen layout.
Same brain cell? Well, I will say, like at the moment the TOing is slowing down mostly because Novice isn't running. Well, I say that, I still host twice to 3 times a week.
There's already a dizzy? This is true. There is a dizzy on the screen layout. Did anybody notice the second dizzy?
The cool queen.
It only shows up on the intermission screen.
No, it's not available on Ami.
Yeah, when this match is over, look out for a little dizzy.
Also, that Dizzy statue, that new one, that looks so good, but I don't want to spend that much money.
Oh my. We're on. Double Luigi.
Oh, I want it so bad. Oh, she's so marketable. Yeah, there's like from Primer or something, it's like 1/4 scale, it's like really big and it has Necro and Undyne on it and shit. Really cool, but it would probably cost it around the 1,000 benchmark.
There's now a giant dizzy.
Can I send it to you? I can.
How big is dizzy?
If I can find it.
Do you like the little dizzy?
Oh yeah, Prime 1 Studio, there it is. It looks so sick, but it's probably so expensive.
Oh, wait, winners. I almost forgot. Yeah, winners. I was busy reading the losers bracket, like, oh, I'll ping this match. No, I need to ping the winners match. Zippy versus Mox. Whoa.
Let me find the images.
In my mind, this emote is animated, even though it isn't. I see the animation.
Let me find...
Man. Right.
Why is it so big?
Because it's kind of huge.
I'm not watching the stream, by the way. I'm watching through the disc, so I don't see what's happening on the stream.
Well, how do you
But
know
yes.
the emote's huge then?
Well, because Argalia just sent it to me.
Oh, right.
It's low res, because I sent you the small low res version.
Can you have a dizzy over your name? Sure, why not?
Only with permission. Those are my dizzies.
Oh, true. It is your dizzy. Can Mox have a dizzy over her name?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. But yeah, Argalia, I sent you the figurine. It's like, it looks incredible. But I would not shell out. You play Dizzy?
Mina, this is reminding me of that meme where it's like, is there someone you're forgetting to ask? And it's just Undine and Necro.
Gotta ask for Dizzy consent.
You need to ask for
will.
Necro's consent specifically. He will not give it.
Expensive, yeah, it will be like in the 1,000 benchmark. 1,000 euro. So I'm not buying that. Yeah, that isn't, but it does look the quality. Like that is a quality figurine and it's big. It's not small, it's big and it's very high quality. I'm not spending that much on a figurine. He says that he spent 600 on a PNG, but we cringe on.
I'm gonna spend like 100 quid on a beater. That'll be my expenditure for the year.
One thing I will say about the consent, if you like change or edit an emote, you should probably ask the person who made it or like commissioned it. That would be nice and much appreciated.
Where is the Twitter as well? You could shout the Twitter out if you want.
Uh,
Blue Sky.
Where is it?
I don't actually know the tweet. I just asked you for the little PNG.
Well, the PNG is not the version that was tweeted. The PNG is actually not the publicly available version.
Ah, okay.
The publicly available version has like a tiny error, which is missing the sleeve, like having the wings not in the sleeves but outside. And Salt Mania knows exactly what I'm talking about because we had a bet on that. Technically, I was correct, but we still split the cost, you know. Technically, I will boost my ego a bit because I didn't do it in the ends. I was right. Where is it? One thing I will say Twitter has over Blue Sky is I like the media tab.
The media works a bit better in general because you can put like GIFs and things, which I don't think currently works on Blue Sky. I'm glad that I can actually look at the replies to posts on Blue Sky though.
Without having just blue check marks at the top.
Yeah. I was about to go on a tangent flaming the blue check marks, but I can't be bothered.
Twitter is just site. I hope it like sinks. Twitter's like a sinking ship where nobody wants to admit it has a hole.
I hope it changes owners at some point and bad things happen to the existing site owner because I dislike him very, very strongly. And that's the nice thing.
I think Twitter is cooked.
It's probably.
I think that shit is not recovering. It's also the environment, general atmosphere that's present. It's not just the ownership, it's also... Well, the ownership helped the toxic waste cloud environment to foster, but... Yeah, Viking.js.
Viking.js. One of the buttons of all time.
Did you know last year, when I went to do my taxes and had someone help me, suddenly, when I opened the door, there was Viking sitting there. And she was already in the JS post. And then she helped me do my taxes. She's pretty nice, like that.
Mox opting to keep the burst. Uses it now to scale the corner though.
Yeah.
Beak Driver can beat YRC at that range though. Is it beat?
Beak Driver? I barely know her. I'm gonna go use the bathroom.
Alright.
Jump scared 50-50 by Viking? That's just every Viking set.
That's tournament. Like Viking is the scariest character to run into in tournament. Because she might just randomly beat you and you're like, oh shit. She's scary.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Remind y'all that this is winner's side, so whoever does win here, or whoever doesn't win here, gets a second chance. Oh, finds the burst. The punish just whiffs. Counter hit, close slash. Funnily enough, that combo would have killed last patch, weirdly enough, because you could have done, even without clean hit, you could have done PSC bug with the 100 meter. Rare instance of Viking doing like more damage last patch. If he remembers to use the slight delay on Beak Driver, make sure it links proper. Viking conversion, where's it gone? Man, I'm so tired. I'm like delay-based commentary. Leo Johnson. Oh, Zippy's got resources. Won't have
like
any to
it.
play with for a while though. This wall break. Sin's dry. There's nothing left. Rollback commentary. I either need to be more awake or I need enough beer.
What is rollback commentary?
I think rollback commentary would be me commentating at a proper speed and fluidly.
Oh, rollback commentary? Like delay-based commentary is like the real thing or what?
I was just saying I'm on delay-based commentary because I'm so EP. Get Shang? I had Shang last week. I was vibing like crazy. I had a great stream with Shang last week. I want to get him on again at some point. It was his first time too. He was kind of a natural with it. My goat.
I can theoretically commentate. I just choose not to.
For me, it
Is it-
depends. I tailor it based on who I'm with and my mood.
Mostly I just look at the game so much already and talk about it seriously. So much already, I just kind of want to talk about stuff I like.
Shang is a yapper, this is true.
I also, like, does anybody else feel this? Like, it's especially in American tournaments where the commentary is like,
Forced?
they not forced, but they will talk a lot about the same 3 talking points every tournament. And it will all most likely be about game balance. So it's like, that's the one thing I don't want to do really on commentary that much. It's like, I don't give a flying fuck about the tier list. I think the stream should be about highlighting the players, and I think talking about that stuff reduces... It inherently distracts from the player skill. It's how I phrase it, I think.
I generally prefer the generally more chill nature of EMEA comms as well.
I think the tier list does matter, but not for most skill levels. I think every tier list, this is my take on tier lists. I think the tier list, especially EMEA, the non-Asia ones, I think the Asia ones are cool. Because they reflect the top level meta. And nothing else, really. What the Asia tier lists tell you is these are the characters to beat. And you can always pinpoint a player to that character. Like Daru Ino will be higher up. And then like Gobu will probably be pushing Goldwood higher up and that kind of stuff. Mochi will be the soul that you see on the higher tier list.
Also, some commentators will talk about it like it's just like a known truth or something. It's like, bro, this shit's subjective as hell. Where are you pulling these lists from? Who made them?
I think there is some objectivity to it when people agree on it, but also I think every skill level has its unique tier lists in that sense. Like, if I had to make a tier list for intermediates, it would look a lot different from top level.
I feel like sometimes with lists, it can vary though. Like, sometimes it's done in good faith and there is, people trying to form an agreement. Sometimes it's just circle jerky. And there's an agenda against a character that is disliked. I feel like that happens more in NA, Ramfall.
Okay, here's my ice cold take probably. The biggest problem with tier lists is the 240 character limit on Twitter. There will be no meaningful discourse on fucking Twitter because you have 240 characters. What are you gonna say? Some nuanced opinion, or oh my god, my character is too low. My hands are cold. My knees are shaking. Please put them higher.
The sun was in my opponent's eyes.
The only reason my character even wins is because my opponent dropped their controller and had a bad stomach ache on the day. It doesn't need to be a 1 hour video, but it's I enjoy the discussion about tools. I also think balanced discourse should be more about what tools are strong and less about what characters are strong.
I think Zippy takes that one. 3-1.
Yeah. If I just talk about what characters are strong, then we're never... Like, the issue with Johnny isn't that Johnny is strong, it's that the way he is strong is boring and stupid. That's the problem. The problem is not that Johnny is good, the problem is how he's good. And the same with Gold Lewis. The problem is not that Gold Lewis is good, the problem is that, like, the tools and how he's good.
Speaking of broken high-tier Testament in Intermediates, top-tier Intermediates character, Jacob Agalia up next.
Agalia, I need you to help
Volta
me.
and Tyrus.
I need you to help me spread the agenda. Give Guard Crush throw protection. Guard Crush sucks. Please nerf Guard Crush.
Should it keep cross-up protection or removal of?
It can have all the other stuff. I think the truly bad thing about Guard Crush is the lack of throw protection. Everything else is okay. I don't have a DP.
Release the inhibitors? Alright.
Or Guard Crush. I talk about Guard Crush a lot, to be fair. The lack of buffer, that is not true. That is a myth. It's literally not true. You have the normal 6-frame buffer on Guard Crush. That is a myth, that's not true.
Are you thinking more about auto block, Kaj?
No, this is a myth, that is like widespread. This is pretty widespread. A lot of people believe this, even Sorani believes this, and this is not true. Guard Crush your shit doesn't work because your hands are used to attack level block stun, so you're used to 4 different kinds of block stun where you buffer.
Don't worry, you can buffer it. I still DP on Guard Crush and YRC sometimes.
So I will...
And you should, because Big Neutral tells you shouldn't.
Guard Crush does have the normal buffer, and everything else is a mistime button. And that is sadly the truth I'll have to hit you with. The issue is that you're used to the 4 different block stuns you have with the tech levels, or I guess 5 because the tech level 0 exists. So you mistime your button, assuming that you have the regular block stun, and you can't gauge it. Because every Guard Crush has a different duration, the buffer is like... You need to time it specifically for that one Guard Crush, and not...
Right back.
There is no universal timing for your buffer, which is why it feels the way it does. Like, I used to believe that myself. I'm not free of that myth. I believed that for the longest time myself, until I was shown otherwise. And the fact that the mechanic feels shit in that way might also be proof of concept. Also, Nuggleton, I need to spread this propaganda. I can stop talking about Johnny, that's okay, but I will not stop spreading the propaganda this patch. I think this patch, Guard Crush needs to die. They've put it on Ram, they've put it on Sin. Potemkin is a war crime. I think Guard Crush needs to die now. We can Band-Aid, nerf, Pot again, and Ram. Or we just nerf the mechanic that makes them ass.
Alright, I'm back. Oh, it still says winners.
Also, someone suggested someone suggested I do the Guard Crush. The Guard Crush jar, like I did the Wild Assault jar. And I declined that. I said the Guard Crush jar, this patch, you will have to pay me to shut up. It will be the inverse. You will have, and I'm put money in the prize pool, you will have to pay me to shut up about it.
If everyone gifted me a sub whenever Guard Crush was complained about, I would have a PS Vita.
Yeah,
Maybe more. Maybe a film.
I just don't like how we're continuously Band-Aid fixing a mechanic that is just ass. Like they're clearly originally the Garkars was like a tool on select a thing on select buttons like Fafnir, Behemoth Typhoons, Garuda, which were all like hard to get access to or like very limiting in what you could do with them in Fafnir's case. Goldluism was a reward for getting in, and Potted was also a reward for getting in. Now that we're using it as a custom frame data injector, I think we need it to go. Like some aspects of it. Like we can remove it from Geo and we can remove it from White Wild Assault, and now we're giving it back to Pot and Blue Wild Assault. Like the problem just keeps reoccurring until we just treat the problem.
Also, fun fact, that Testament string was burstable.
You should like make a category in your stream where it's just like fun fact corner, like a redeem it's fun facts, and the fun facts are actually you just downplaying your character. Fun
I don't
fact,
have
did you
much
know
to
that
downplay at the moment though.
Did you know that that string was burstable? Did you know Sin 6p loses to that and that? Did you know?
Yeah. The only time I was an active down player was when I was what was it? It was 3.5 Axel, I think. I was just like, you have no reason to pick this character.
The issue with 3.5 Axel wasn't even Axel, it was everything else.
Yeah, like that was the annoying thing. Like Axel got buffed, and then it's just like, oh, but he got worse.
Oh, bye. Universe. Oh, dandy.
He was so bad at that version, effectively. But it got better.
Off down the tier list.
He still kinda doesn't fit the game super well, but I think this patch actually made it a bit better, in principle at least. Even if the execution might not fully be there. Buffing his zoning just makes sense.
He suffers from the usual problems, right? Like, getting out risk rewarded.
Yeah. So his little pokes when they land should mean a little bit more, which they do now.
Also, Axel Bomber does so much fucking damage now.
You know what's funny as well? Most people didn't even realize that he had a tipper mechanic.
Well, I did. And proof,
We
by the
know,
way.
but a lot of people didn't.
I will flame you once. You say Ram is so interesting, old Ram?
I never said
People
she's
did-
super interesting
people
overall. I said
didn't
she's
even know you
interesting
could-
to me and I enjoyed it.
Most people didn't even know you could charge Rekka. That's how interesting and well thought out she was. That is my like one bit of toxicity today. And
There
towards
was
you.
a lot of people didn't know about Ram, but you know, it's easier to complain about the character than it's like that for a lot of characters.
I have my earned toxicity card on most characters because I've played a lot of characters to a reasonable degree. And among them was Ram, and I thought Ram was so immeasurably boring.
I think she was fine once they got rid of hard counter hit Rekka. That was
I don't care about good or bad. I thought she was boring. And I
Rekka
don't-
ball was smooth.
And no often she was still a Rekka bot.
She wasn't really a Rekka ball.
What else did she do mid-game? Tell me, what did she do if not button into either Rock or Rekka?
I mean, you can use Wild Assault and Sword Toss as well. I'm not saying you should always use them, but you can.
Wow, that makes her
You
so
can also
unique.
I'm making this sound great, aren't I? You could also press button into nothing.
He's
Then
so
people
unique.
go, oh my god, you're going to do something, I'm going to send it in the air, and they use 6p, then you're like, ha ha ha.
You can do so many unique things, like long-ranging button into Orange Wild Assault.
Bro, let me press my long-range buttons.
I'm just being toxic.
It's just like how Malzahar is gapping Lee. Let me just do
Malzahar
my
is gap.
thing.
He is gapped though.
He is gapping.
You could have just CC'd him.
You could have just 6p'd Malzahar. I mean, you know, when you think about it, you can just 6p Malzahar. Like, QSS is right there. Most ultimates in the game don't get made completely irrelevant by one item. Malzahar, on the other hand.
So I have
I
a
love how
friend
this is
group.
turned into Malzahar commentary.
I have a friend group that plays League, and they're all allergic to buying anti-heal. And the reason is always, yeah, but I don't have the space and I don't have the money. And I'm like, dude, you will deal over 10,000 damage with this item in heal reduction for 800 gold. And you're telling me you don't have the money because you're like other item that will increase your damage by 200.
See, I'm of both minds. I will buy the heal reduction, and also they should remove Aatrox from the game.
Why? That's such a specific hatred.
Yeah, I really don't like Aatrox. He needs to go.
I think what needs to go is Malphite.
No, he has a funny skin where it makes him green.
Malphite is old and stinky.
Yeah, that's why he's funny.
But he hasn't been reworked yet because people just like pressing on.
Yeah. Exactly, Siwa. Like, Malphite can't go. He has a press R button.
Malphite is literally the most boring thing ever, and so is Cho'Gath.
Oh, but Cho'Gath's like kinda gap sometimes, yeah.
What? Cho'Gath?
Look, he's gap when hypermobile characters are on the screen and you're like, alright, listen here, you little shit.
My favorite gap in the game, pressing R and doing 1,502 damage. I'm not saying Malphite. By the way, people mistake this always when I complain that I say characters are too strong. I don't think Malphite is too strong. I just think Malphite is old and stinky and like boring.
I mean, he's stinky. I'll give you that.
It's the same thing for Happy Chaos Steady Aim. Steady Aim, Happy Chaos was not broken in Season 2. It was actually not that great. You could just let him run out of resources eventually, and he didn't gain much from it if you didn't get, like, clipped. But it had to be nerfed because it was just uninteresting, uninteractive, and boring. And now we have
I love
a better
that this
game.
is just the point of the chat now. We're just talking about League. Oh shit, the viewer numbers went down. I'm sorry!
Talking about, I haven't looked. It's also because I'm complaining like a bitch.
Alright,
It's just kind of
be
one of those two
positive then.
bits. It's thrown in the corner.
That's not positive. Well, I imagine if the corner breaks, it's positive. In the form of bonus. Slayer does, to some extent, have to hold this now.
One of the best changes in the patch, by the way. By the way. I think it's cool that they, instead of shooting Slayer and breaking his legs and breaking his neck,
We could do that too.
and like removing his wife and taking his facial hair,
Yes, yes!
we just nerfed his invuln reversal and made him have an actual weakness instead of just being.
Taking his wife would have been funny though.
I mean, she's immortal. She can just. So is he.
Yeah.
She can just go back whenever. I think that was the set.
It was indeed. Magalia moves on. Volta giving us a good showing as always. A rather dandy play. Next up, we're going to have Knee versus Wheat. Oh,
We had,
Meltdown Gang eating good here. Meltdown Gamers playing well.
I know why I'm a bitch this week, because my job is ass. They've like... So I deliver newspapers, right? And there's usually like mail along with it, because they need to finance themselves, because people will buy less newspapers for obvious reasons. And it's usually like 10 mail. But last week they had... Last week Wednesday it started, and until this Tuesday there was 25 to 40 mail things, along with the 60 whatever newspapers. and I get paid for 7 minutes. Like, I get paid 7 minutes to deliver all the mail. And I just said, fuck that. And now, yesterday, they said, oh yeah, you know how Saturday is your day without mail? Yeah, never mind, because we have so much mail because we need more money. And also we don't get a Christmas bonus, by the way. Because there's so much mail, you also get mail on Saturday. And for reference, on Saturday, the newspapers are so chunky. I have to take a backpack. And they were so heavy last week that I had back pain for like 3 days for me.
Not fun.
That's why I'm being whiny. It has nothing to do with Godcrash. Godcrash is just my agenda that I'm using it as an outlet so I don't flame real people.
my back hurts, so I'm flaming Godcrash.
I mean, I think that's a better way than being upset at people.
Yeah, sure. You could definitely be doing worse. You shit on Godcrash. Nice air grab.
Ho ho!
Good shit, Nick.
I will shit on Godcrash until they nerf it.
Understandable. That carnival is on. Is the volume of the music good, by the way, bro?
I can't hear the songs. I hear Ace Attorney music right now.
Because my audio feels a bit weird. I knocked my headphones and they have a bit of a dodgy cable, and I can never get it right back to the right volume for me. So I don't know exactly how good it is for the stream. It's good? Alright, I'll take your word for it, boss. Fujin! You know, here's a funny thing actually. A lot of the EMEA tournaments now do actually have English dubs. Partly because you host a lot of them, and I host some of them. But also, a couple of the Wildtide streamers use English too. Me included, since I stream there sometimes.
I think English in this game is incredible. I think the direction has only gotten better over time. There is some... Okay, people shit on Geo. But Geo's voice direction is actually really good.
It is.
Because she's meant to sound bored in every dub. She sounds so immeasurably bored in Japanese.
You know, there's only one streamer I can think of who had the game in Korean in EMEA, and that was Neve.
If you didn't play Soul, I think Soul is fine.
I can get why somebody wouldn't like Soul's English dub, though, in fairness.
Because Japanese Soul is insane.
Japanese Soul is really good and iconic. And English Soul is... Bandit, where are you? Stop eating that! He sounds like a Digimon. I like him, but he does sound ridiculous.
How else is he meant to sound? Like, how does he need to pronounce Bandit Revolver? Like, how else is he meant to?
I know, it would sound ridiculous if he was just trying to sound Japanese. Bandit Revolver!
Why does he need to sound Japanese? His English works.
The best Soul voice is the Spanish, like, robot one. Bandito Revolver.
I will...
Bastardo.
Yeah.
That's the best one.
Viva de la Volcanica, or whatever
Yeah.
it was.
Ooh, ah.
There's also TTH Anji.
Yeah.
Nice grab on the... reach the Fujin into Fujin, gets the grab. Anime. Yeah, anime, I will always direct to that video. It's like, English dub isn't cringe, anime is cringe. And once you accept the cringe and become it, like, don't kill the part of you that is cringe, kill the part of you that cringes. And it's like, if I watch my anime dub because if I wanted to read, I'd buy a fucking manga.
I think one of the only reasons I don't really see dubs of anime most of the time is if I'm watching them kind of when they're airing, there isn't always a dub available.
Yeah, simuldub is not common.
So it's like, well, I guess I'm just not going to watch the dub purely because it's not there, and I don't feel like waiting.
Usually I wait for mainstream stuff. I'm also waiting for Dan Dan. I'm not watching that live. The only show that was an exception was Dungeon Meshi, but Dungeon Meshi had simuldubbed. The English just released alongside the Japanese.
It'd be good if it would be released simultaneously.
English dubs have been really good recently. There have been really, really good ones. Dungeon Meshi is an incredible dub. Frieren is also insanely good.
Haven't seen either, but I'll take your word for it. Those shows are really good anyway. People should watch them.
They have really good dubbing. They also have representation. Because Chilchuk is voiced by a non-binary person,
Oh yeah.
for example, who voices both male and female characters alike. Frieren dub is incredible. Probably one of the best I've heard.
Isn't Testament's English voice actor either non-binary or trans?
I think Testament is trans. It's a trans woman, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's a trans woman.
I remember hearing it was one of the two. Trans woman? Hell yeah.
There's also a character in Granblue, it's Twain, also voiced by a non-binary person.
That reminds me as well, in Xrd, Ram had a different voice actor. In Strive, she handed over the role to a woman of color to give her the chance to voice the character.
Oh, my new sim. Also, Elfel's voice actress became a mom, right? I think.
Didn't she
why?
finish voicing the character and then like have a kid like a week later or something?
No, I think she already had the kid when she voiced Elfel.
Oh.
Like the new Elfel. She was originally Elfel's voice in Sonic.
Oh, and then had a kid before Strive.
Just early Morris. Yeah, I think her kid's like over a year old now, but he did become a mom while voicing Stripe Elfel. Either already had the kid or was pregnant, which is cool, I think. He also has a podcast, which I really like. Commentators talk about the MASH challenge. This is the wrong stream.
Welcome to Novice Strivers. Also, me and Deck yapping. Welcome.
I will reiterate this, but even though it's your stream, and usually you do this on my stream, this is not a job, and if you want it to be my job, you can pay for it.
We'll introduce the the Striving for Glory. Was it the Striving for Glory? Pay $5 for a match of commentary.
Yeah, basically. Like I'm at this point. I'm really in the like. If you don't like the stream, there is a little X in the top right corner of your browser that you can press to close it.
Also,
basically,
people are welcome to try out commentary too.
Yeah,
I invite a new commentator every week, generally.
I do think it's crazy though how people kind of expect you to like do something like it is a job when you're paying to do it. Windows user? Yeah, I'm a Windows user. But yeah, I've enjoyed my streams a lot more ever since I stopped giving a shit. Right, you can do radio commentary in the chat room.
I like doing radio comments. This is fun.
Oh, gets caught by the frame trap. That is not where you want to be caught. Doesn't have the combo ready, but I think that could have killed. Well, I'm not sure. Which is also, I watched a Sage video recently, and this is just, yeah. Well, it was like, game knowledge enhances commentary, and it's like, I think it was a reaction to the Ego video, where they asked some Street Fighter commentator who I don't know because I don't watch Street Fighter. Where like, you can't recognize when a big moment happens if you don't have the knowledge of like what combos are available, how can something kill, what damage can they do, how easy is this combo to drop, all that kind of stuff.
It can actually be kind of funny as well with situations like that where Sometimes, like, people often think people who, like, don't know how to commentate properly will under-commentate. Okay. They think they'll under-commentate the moment, but instead, sometimes they over-commentate it. And they, like, don't let the moment simmer and become that big thing. They'll just talk over everything.
Also, yeah, there is like that moment we talked about earlier, right? Where the mental stack isn't fully there, and the Anji, I don't know them. I forgot the
They
name.
go to my
It's very
local.
long.
Meltdown Gamers winning.
Mango Knees.
Knee.
Knee, okay.
Yeah, the player's called Knee.
So Knee was so focused on like throwing the grenade that they forgot they can RC to kill. Which is cool. Like focus on one thing at a time and the rest will come naturally over.
This actually reminds me of one of my favorite things I get to see a lot of when I stream or just watch as a viewer, beginners. Because beginner players are often actually really fucking goated at doing some very specific things. But they will often just focus on that thing they're really good at. Like, I remember one week, there was somebody who would just grab every Master's Hammer, right? Every time they'd get it. But then it's like, okay, but you gotta make sure not to only focus on doing that. There's other things to focus on. But you always love to see it. It's like, damn, they've like nailed this one thing. So long as they keep that and then advance their other things, like, damn.
One thing I like about beginners, like that's my favorite thing about beginner and to an extent intermediate, but more so beginners, is that beginners are free from the shackles of frame data and like play and optimal counterplay and knowing the punishes and shit. That they sometimes just do cool things because their brain, like their heart tells them to.
Yeah.
That somebody else would never think of because they're so knee deep in the sauce.
Meltdown comeback.
I'll dance with you anytime.
And then you can like look at that and go, I could implement that in my game plan. Obviously, usually you need to change it around a bit to fit your own level of play because you can't just do the beginner thing. It most likely won't work. But like the essence of it. I don't know if that gets across, but beginners often do shit where I just think, damn, I could do that in my own play.
Oh yeah, there's definitely things like higher level players could learn from watching beginners sometimes. Yeah, oh right, yeah, it would be your match next, of course.
Where is the bracket at?
The bracket is pretty far in. We've got me versus Argalia next. Has the results been reported properly yet? Reported the results.
I'm gonna go and throw some chicken nuggets in my air fryer. Air fryer gang? Talk about positivity. Where's the air fryer gang?
I have not ever used or owned one. Also, if I recall, Argalia Volta was a free one, wasn't it? It's free one.
Air fryer cult? No, it's the air fryer bros or sisters, depending. We can just call it the sisters. I'm open to like changing around and like getting rid of bro and calling in the sis.
I just bring in sisters or girlies every now and then to spice it up. Or
I don't like
non-binary
girlies.
pals, occasionally.
I wouldn't. Girlies?
Girlies. The girlies.
Love your air fryer? Alright, I'll be right back.
Girlies. Where are our fries at? Me versus Argalia. Oh boy, is the Meltdown matchup.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright. It's always sad to have to see a fellow Meltdown goer get eliminated, but we'll also see a fellow Meltdown goer advancing first. I don't know if these two have ever played at locals though, funnily enough. That would be interesting if you go to the same local as each other and yet your first match against each other is online. True, people do talk about air fryers way more than other kitchen implements. Grab 100 meter for knee. Does not get to use it. Gonna be dying on that stick of butter. That butter's going back in the fridge. Toxic combo to get him started. I got all use the burst though. Keep it flowing this round. Big counter hit though. I do feel like Angie overall does slightly less damage, but he's still pumping out the numbers. Oh dear, indeed. 100 meter, yeah, again. You're gonna spend the burst. Would like to make sure that they get around here. They will get that round. Argalia's at least gonna be happy that he managed to eke out the burst from their bar. That's a huge counter hit. 2 HP spin. Throw a back shot. Alright, that's it. You get a Gideon. You get a Gideon for that one. I saw that. Players chucking a few buttons around neutral. Want to get something started. This is Argali who's going to get something started. Harry comes out. Argalia had baited it a couple times. One more hit. There it is. Game one on the board for Zestamon. Mankind. Brings us back for another game. Advantage starts for me. Forcing our guys to the gold burst gonna win. That is gonna be costly.
Life is free.
Super hard knockdown on its way. Got it, bringing it back around though. Getting the corner back. Oh, I thought that was a YRC bait for a second. Not gonna need it though. Calamity 1 after the button. Gold burst. Oh, Agale does not care about no gold burst. The crow misses. Might have to care about the gold burst now though. Good call out. Kind of scary and bold to press there. Like post 100 can cancel at any time, but pulls out the spin successfully. You're an espresso machine? Ooh. Like a proper espresso machine, not one of those pod machines. I love making good coffee with a real coffee machine. I made myself a lovely one today. Got some good Kenyan beans. In the grinder, nice and fresh. Yeah, it doesn't matter about the size of the machine, but just so long as it's a proper good machine, it's got a nice coffee. Funnily enough, I'm not a coffee snob though. I like making good coffee, but I'm not like, oh, you can only have it this exact way, you must have this exact beat. Nah, not that kind of stuff. I just don't like pod machines or freeze-dried granules. Or going to coffee shops which don't appreciate good coffee, like a Starbucks. Yeah, Buying good beans is important. I try a lot of different beans. I will try most types. And then keep a couple favorites. Get them every now and then. Yeah, like you gotta try out the craft stuff. It's the same with good beer and ale. You gotta experiment with the craft stuff once in a while. And then have some cheaper regulars which you're happy with. For me, I usually get the regulars from my supermarket because they just do some nice Italian ones, nice Kenyan ones, and like nice Colombian. And then I usually buy like one craft one alongside them, which will go straight into the inbuilt grinder, nice and fresh. Just like this corner pressure, taking game 2, Argalia Teteman. He doesn't drink coffee, but he is locked in. Argalia, for those who don't know him, is a serial water enjoyer. He is just an honest-to-God water lover. Loves his water. I've got some water here.
I'm also definitely a water drinker.
Yeah, you're a water and tea guy. Cereal water. No, not sit like that kind of cereal. No, Luna. Also, where were you today, Luna? You're not in the bracket. No.
I know that people... There are people who put water in their cereal.
I don't want to think about that.
I think those people are lunatics and we should probably lock them away.
People are putting water in their cereal. I think people are also sometimes serial killers. Oh, that's a bad joke. I didn't even mean to make that one. You were busy? Ah, fair enough. Knees bringing it back around. Were there any Johnnies? I don't think we saw any on stream.
No Johnnies.
And if you and DB Legends aren't entering, who else plays Johnny? I swear there's one other Johnny player in Intermediates. I can't remember who it is though.
My local only has 3 people, including myself, tomorrow apparently, and if that's the case, we'll probably just go play some good old 3v3 online.
What's not on tomorrow? What might not be on tomorrow?
Oh, my local, we only have 3 people. Probably gonna go play some 3v3.
Alright. Why is there a second version of Extra in this playlist? It's quieter than the other one. I need to fix that. No one can hear the song. I'm gonna change it. Well done indeed. Knee! Holding on. From the brink. Knee was almost just eliminated there, actually. Finds it again. Now has the corner pressure against Argalia Teteman. Oh, the spin. Hard call out. These are big. Get back in. Stained dust. Nagiha reaching from absolutely insane distance.
I do like that patch where it was like, if I wake up, I hope Nago Beyblades no longer are low when I wake up, and instead I woke up and like 3 other buttons were sliding lows, and I'm like, yeah, okay. That's just my life now, and I've come to accept it. I don't actually think it's that bad anymore.
You know what? Sometimes healthy cope can be good.
I'm definitely coping.
That's what it is. It's just the healthier version of coping.
I'm definitely coping. I'm coping a lot this patch.
Yeah, this is a very coping patch.
I think Ram is fun to fight. I think Baiken is fun to fight.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody say new Ram is fun to fight. Wait, didn't someone say that in chat?
I think it was Argalia even.
It probably was, yeah. Yeah, but then I feel like part of that was because he played against Alexiad, and Alexiad's just fun to play against.
Okay, let's we can fighting a character. It's okay.
You can like fighting. I like fighting Viking, so long as it's not in tournament.
The only character I do not like for this patch is Gold Lewis. I think Gold Lewis has fundamentally stayed the same, except he's more stupid.
The guy needs one more hit, gets a one more hit set point yet again.
Didn't even know you could make Gold Lewis more fictional, but apparently it was possible.
We could go further, yeah. Air Behemoth Guard Crush.
Like, we've moved past fiction and into fan fiction.
Speaking of fan fiction.
Oh,
The 2P doesn't reach from there.
oh, but Cope's really good. Like, if I was in the same mindset as I was with Jacko with Dizzy, I would not be improving. Because I would just be complaining all day about how my little painful hurt boxes are extending. And yes, this is real Cope. I was counter hit by Viking JS from like pretty much full screen away because I pressed JS and my hurt box came out before the hitbox came out. So instead of trading with the disjoint, I just got counter hit. And that was the point where I was like, yeah, okay, man, it's okay. I just need to stop pressing JS.
Ooh, situation looking a bit rough for Agalia. And he's going to be building up burst then, on a burst tension. I guess burst 2 though, yeah. It works.
Danger time coming in. The different type of danger. Gotta start moving forward again.
Oh, that's going to be big. They ain't gonna kill, but the situation's solid. 50-meter Angie with a dream. And gets the ankles bitten. And we're gonna run an ad break because there has to be one more.
I'm so glad I don't run ads.
Yeah,
I'm so glad.
the ads
I just
are,
pass
the ads
on
are
the money.
annoying. They're an unfortunately necessary evil.
How much does that make you?
I can't say the exact amount. I'm not sure right now.
Roughly per stream.
I should check.
Like you can literally check on your creator dashboard.
Okay, we'll get those out of the way.
Because I'm curious, like,
ooh, Agalia versus Mox. That's a matchup we've actually been seeing in intermediates a lot recently, I feel like. It goes back and forth. I know both players have won this matchup against each other before. Oh yeah, I don't even need to ping anyone. They're already here.
You know, I'm curious what the inconvenience to the viewers is worth. Because I know I make roughly $2 per stream by running the manual 3-minute ad break.
Although you only run one, don't you?
I run one in the break. And it's to get rid of the first hour-ish of ads.
Because you get higher split if you run 3 minutes per hour.
I mean, I could do it. But it's so annoying. Maybe it also
If
get me
it
more
just paid
subscribers.
more to like run stuff, it wouldn't be as much of an issue.
Yeah, how much do you get is the question.
But I'll check later. I'll let you know.
Because if it's significantly more, I would consider it. Because man's gotta eat. And by eat, I mean commission Dizzy art. Or like rather make back the money I've already spent on Dizzy
I
art.
don't need Dizzy art, but I do need to eat. And I do need to update scoreboards, which I have now done.
After this round, I will go check on the air fryer.
easy opening. Mox is going to hold on to that.
6p again. Oh, tries to counter it.
Gets the grab,
That's
and that should kill indeed.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Mineral, you can't you can't redeem no reversals when other people are playing. That's not how that works.
Actually, it does work because reversal GG is usually running set and reset at this time.
True, no
But
reversal
since they're on-
sets and resets. Anyway, I'm gonna give you your points back. How's it going, Mineral? Imagine if we enforced that. Wouldn't that be funny if we had a really jokey tourney? Where it's like, yeah, sorry, chat said you can't use your parry this round.
That would be insanely hard to communicate out
It would.
if it's not in person. In person, that could 100%
In person,
work
that
and
would
be
work.
hilarious. But online, I don't see that happening. Mox comes win
Comes
whenever
win.
you join.
Yeah, I mean, you can join. Do I have anyone scheduled for next week's? I might have a sort of scheduled commentary for the Wanted event. But
But that's just
for the
open right
100
now.
itself, I don't think I've scheduled anything.
I do need to be careful with the guard crush trap. I don't fall into the talk about guard crush every stream like I talked about Wilder Assault, but I don't think that's happened. Those were darker times. The light was
on my
out.
stream to talk about guard crush.
I imagine you're not as adamant about it as me.
I don't like guard crush. I just don't talk about it as much.
I'm pushing the agenda hard this patch, and if it
I
doesn't
usually
work out,
complain less. I do. Like, if I'm gonna complain, I normally do it either in Twitch chat or EMEA General or something.
I would call what I'm doing not complaining. I would put it directly above that and say it's hating. I'm a hater of that mechanic. Not well.
100 meter.
I like it. I like it as like a visual indicator of like this is powerful and like, oh shit.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Like Pile Bunker should guard crush visually. It just makes sense. Pile Bunker would not look as cool if it didn't guard crush. Oh, the air fryer calls. I'll be right back.
Enjoy. People are going to start calling their pressure strings the air fryer string. So nice. Getting the burst there. And oh, doesn't kill. Needed to use 50 there. But the gun isn't going to matter. Get smacked in the head. Speaking of Bunny, we'll probably go over to their channel once we wrap up our bracket. Since this is, I think, their first bracket, their first EMEA bracket. We'll head on down and say hello once we wrap up our grands.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
It's already at grands? Oh no. To be fair, you know, the tourney might have had less entrants. A lot of opens and whatnot on Fridays do have less entrants than we do. Intermediates is goated. We have a lot of solid players that like to enter. Appreciate it. Y'all always give me a good show to watch. Even the times where I'm not commentating. But you know, as deck, maybe I should employ the deck way of things. If you want serious commentary, we'll have to put like a tax on it. People will have to pay for commentary. This content's for free. Oh. Mock's gonna use that burst. Galia baits the parry. It's Calamity done. Galia with the 3-0. Meltdown Bros eating well.
I'd say it's time for a tea
It's
break.
gonna be zippy time soon.
Sugar for you.
We're gonna be in our grand finals.
Wins.
Hey Kelvin, how's it going? Zippy is rising from his coffin, apparently. Tuning in for the Agalia takeover. You ready? Oh, you should have seen the first set if you weren't here for it. These two fought earlier and it was so close. It was like last hit interaction for both of them. But Zippy clutched it out. Now Agalia gets to pick a side. Will he pick side 1 or 2? What will he do? He'll post Elizabeth Persona gifs in the stream matches chat. Zippy is posting a cat with a gun. The cat is green. Grinch cat. Grand finals. There we go. Jacob's getting some water. That's a classic Jacob move right there. I've still got a bit left myself. You know what? I might stream some Strive next week. I don't think I've streamed Strive properly in a while. I'm really busy next week. I have a wedding to go to. I have my sister's wedding to go to. I've shit on, but there are some days, there's some times where I can probably do something. Like Monday we're streaming the Wanted event. Friday will be Novice, of course. Might be able to stream on like Tuesday. Can't stream on Thursday unless it's after work. Oh, going back to work is annoying for streaming. It gets in the way, but part-time hours at least. Alright, let's start getting into it. Zip wins these? It's definitely possible. But we saw how close it was last time. I think anything could happen between these two. It's so close when they fight. Agalia, warmed up, locked in, got a bottle of water. Zippy hasn't played in a little bit. Will this affect him? Or is it actually a benefit? I don't know. Depends on player to player, to be honest. Right now, though, Agalia in control of the momentum. And Zippy gonna be taken out on that first round. Nobody's got any burst to speak of here. Spends all the stamina, but gets a wall break, has 50. Agalia confident to just fight it out though, knowing that Zippy did not really have that many resources to get anything going. Agalia, yeah. I like to get creative with it.
I think we should like.
Oh, is Gideon still there? My bad.
We should create a clone of Zippy and we should call them Clippy, and then it's just Wanted Frankie but on Sim.
Wanted Frankie on Sim will be big. I love Frankie.
Also, no shade, Frankie. Frankie's my goat, but Frankie was the clip farmer.
Frankie is a clip farmer sometimes. If he controls himself, he's actually really goated, but he is a clip farmer. In his own words, he's a stinker. And he has the silly. DP'd in the crow.
Also, since we talked about the Asia earlier, the English, they brought back a lot of the English cast from Sign, which is crazy because that has been 10 years. And you can hear a lot of them have improved significantly.
Oh yeah, the direction and also action.
I feel like the
Gets a
direction,
grab.
the direction in Sign was not bad. It could have been worse, is what I will say.
Zippy, I would have done that too. DP again. Yes. I both have to root for my boy Agalia, but also I'm like, I see that little bit of myself there. I'm like, do it. Do it.
In the mind of a meterless reversal hammer.
Yeah. I had that little Darth Sidious line in my head at the time. Do it. Do it. You have to. They burst your first DP, you fucking DP them again.
I've done that.
You should do it. If you have a DP, you should do it. Let them know. Big Neutral doesn't want you to do it.
I can't do it anymore.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Play Axel. He has a DP.
Axel Bomber on Wake Up is a DP if you believe hard enough.
It is. It's worked multiple times. I have done it. You should do it too. All of you. Play Axel. Experience joy and whimsy. Oh shoot, scoreboard. I know the score. It's Calamity done on that round.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
It's gonna be a solid chunk of damage. Gets that tap dust, gets that perfect. Even surrounds out. You never get a stomp with these two. Never. It's always even. God, you're gonna have to use the burst there though. Hoof Stomp's interesting. It's both a really valid call-out, but Hoof Stomp can actually lose to Testament 2K. Time it correct. Zippy is locked in, running the pressure strong. That's going to be another game on the board for the Zipster. The Zipper. Ziplington Kiesk. McZippleton. Oh, I'm gonna stop with these names. McZippleton. That would be it. That would be a tag team of Nuggles and Zippy. McZippleton.
Argoliton.
Argoliton.
Duel 1.
Kelvin is not happy. The chat will be called McZippleton.
McZippleton is crazy.
What have I started?
I had someone at my local. I don't remember who it was. I think it was David, and they had a shirt with Anatolia on it.
What? Someone had a shirt with Anatolia on.
Yeah.
What? Why did somebody have you on a shirt? Was it like you, as in your PFP, or like...
No, the real
IRL?
person.
Did they just like take a picture of you from your appearance at Finish Offlines and put you on a shirt? Oh, a picture of you from a Halloween party. Oh. Why just... Oh, okay. Put it on a beer can. My face is on a mug, although it's not public, like a public mug. Only I own the mug. I do have a mug with my face on it, though. Shirtonio. And a t-shirtio. Zippy on the brink of victory. I see big. Get roasted, DP. Zippy would like it now. Patience with the backdash into the overhead. Yeah. Elkun. Zippy gets it. Is gonna win. Intermediates number 99. The one before the big 100. Zippy, I don't think is banned yet, but I think if he wins another he's banned. I will consult the top 8 graphs. And my vibes-based decision-making. GG's to Zipster. But also Argalia, yet again. Making a strong-ass showing. Getting around second. How can you get banned? By winning enough. It depends how many. It's usually free.
There's a different version of getting banned. You can do that by being racist in chat.
Oh yeah, there's also the bad version of getting banned. But when we say banned, it's graduating. You don't graduate for using slurs. That just gets you kicked out, and I tell you to fuck off.
Using slurs does not earn your brony points.
No. Got up to 3-0 at bottom tier. It's only got censored for that.
I'd rather watch cycling than swimming. That's actually based.
That had to be added as a permitted term. Anatolia saying he doesn't like the French. Oh my god. Anyway, good stuff, gamers. Yo, Deck, anything you want to plug before we sign off?
Yeah, I'm going to plug the frozen nuggets I'm eating. They're just frozen air-fried nuggets, but man, sometimes
that's what you need, isn't it?
Plug me, okay. McNuggleton is a Johnny player who has given up on Axel after 1 week. Axel August never happened, but still a great person.
Okay, where can we go? So yeah, Bunny went offline. We can't raid them.
Rick the Mask is wanted.
Do I want to raid Grand Blue? I was looking for a Strive stream.
Rambo's cool.
I'm not saying it isn't. I don't know. It's because we're streaming Strive, innit? I don't know if there's anyone to really raid that. I don't really want to raid LK. I want to raid an EMEA streamer.
You can raid Just.
I could raid Jest. I should raid Jest. Let me get Jest's Twitch name. Alright. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We got 2 events next week instead of 1 because it's the big 100. Monday, 6 PM British time, is going to be the Wanted event with a slight twist in that it has 2 more players in it than a normal Wanted.
Bye-bye.
And we're going to do the normal Novice on Friday as well. But top 3 gets £5 each. Because it's 100. And yeah, I'm like generous and shit. Woo!
We should, like...
I'm losing money!
If I had an infinite money well, I would do the Christmas event again. Like the first time we had Novice was like we had a Christmas event, and it actually had like over $100 prize pool.
I wish I could afford to dish out that kind of dosh. Unfortunately, I can't. I do not have a full-time
Oh, it was a
job,
collective.
and I don't really get paid for running Novice, so you know.
I think it was 5 different people contributing.
If I wanted to do that, I would definitely need the community to help me. But for now, we'll go over to Jest. We'll see y'all later.